Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. We've got a special guest.
Yeah, I love it when this happens, man. It's just, it's fun, and this is, dare I say, this is their Super Bowl season.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
This is it.
Yeah, a lot of people would think maybe it's February because of Valentine's Day, like that, but I'm trying to think of any other summertime, hot.
Yeah, New Year's maybe.
Oh, yeah, New Year's.
I use, this particular guest as, anniversary.
Yeah.
Type of a deal.
Debra's here from Fairvilla Megastore. How you doing, Debra?
Hey, doing well.
So it is your time of year now.
It is. It is.
Time to dress up and go out, have a Halloween party, maybe assume a different persona.
Yep.
And spice up your Halloween a little bit. And Fairvilla, a lot of you guys don't know this, but Fairvilla has over the past, I want to say 25 years, 20 years. Like, when did you guys start really becoming the epicenter of costuming?
Well,
it's grown over the years because I can remember when, obviously the business of adultness changes and morphs over time.
Yeah.
And as CDs and video cassettes go out, other stuff comes in, and it just you guys have become
early 2000s. It really was just crazy. Halloween became that that holiday for adults all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And It kind of had taken a little bit of a dip in the last few years. It kind of leveled off. But where we excel is being very unique. We don't just sell bagged costumes. We sell pieces, parts, everything you need to be super fun, super sexy. And, that's something that the other chain stores out there can't really do. So that's what we specialize in. So we continue to really embrace this holiday. And now we just call it festival season.
Right.
Because we're right on also. And, in November, we have all kinds of EDC and things like that happening.
Yeah, stuff rolling out.
There's raves happening all the time.
Yeah.
So we really capture that market, too.
You bring up a good point because as Halloween got more and more popular for adults, right?
Yeah.
Halloween stores and, let's say the Spirit and the Walmart and, the huge giant corporations of the cheapest possible costumes have come out, right? And then we're all used to that costume in a bag that you usually punt. No one keeps that, right? You punt that in the trash.
My wife is the lady who keeps the costume
in the bag.
Yeah, but thankfully, I think 99.5% of every costume I've purchased has come from Fairvilla.
Yeah,
so they're the high-end quality costumes. But
you keep that.
You would want to keep these costumes.
Yeah.
But you're right. The ones remember the ones with the elastic where you just put a plastic mask on your face or whatever as a kid.
Yeah.
It's garbage like that.
Yeah,
and just punt it in the trash.
But so then also, if you go to the Halloween party, which a lot of adults do now, and they dress up or whatever, you run the risk of the other person or another couple. You're like, you're mustard and ketchup too, because everybody's buying their costumes at Walmart or Spirit Halloween, and so chances are it's going to be the same. But at Fairvilla, not only can you keep these for long periods of
there's an element of individuality, mix and matching.
Sure.
And
it's
way more custom.
Yeah, and you get a custom, so the uniqueness, which nobody wants to be dressed as the same keg as the other.
Exactly.
As the other
He's making fun of me because I dressed as a keg before. I know what you're doing.
Who hasn't, really?
Most men have that keg costume where you put the tap on your head, and you look like an idiot. Everybody that wears that, you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
Well, and what's really cool is you could take that bag costume out of your closet, and that doesn't mean we don't sell some, but what we do is we can accessorize them.
Right.
We can totally revisit that costume and make it into something else. We have so many wings in the store right now: gold, white, black, pink. I mean, different sizes: small, medium, really large. If you want to be absolutely glamorous, we have that too. So, we can fit your budget. We can take something old and make it into something new. We can make your goddess costume really rocking with a new mask or, some glitter. We have tons of makeup and glitter.
I like the stuff you guys have. Like I'm always, I always gravitate to, anytime I'm in the store, to the handmade, one-off leather masks you guys have, the little masquerade, and you've always carried those, and a lot of these are really, I don't even know where you find that. I guess it's a a man or a woman somewhere in the world
Yeah,
that is a
pretty
leather
much.
worker and they build
Yeah,
these
yeah.
handmade masks.
Artisans.
Yeah,
Artisans, for
really,
sure.
they're handcrafted, and you really have to go to the flagship store and check it out and see it for yourself because it's really, you'll be drawn to it. It's art.
Yeah, the quality is
Yeah.
there. It's like like I'm looking at a hat
Yeah.
in front of me, and
Put
we,
that hat
we,
on. I wanna
we
see
have
you
so
in
much stuff.
This is you,
that-
buddy.
Yeah.
So like that's
This is awesome. I don't know.
Isn't that a great hat?
Yeah, look at that.
quality hat. You know what I'm saying? Like
Look
you
at
can't
So, yeah,
get
this
this.
is kind of a beautiful red hat that's really been made into this cross of a steampunk.
It matches
almost.
our studio.
I would take that hat and I would make
have
it into
license,
a really
I don't
dark
care.
vampire
Oh my
kind
God.
of rockin' vampire look.
Oh yeah, look at that. I love it. You're ready for the Kentucky Derby.
Oh my!
a little
God.
tight. It's a
Is it?
smaller.
You look like the voodoo guy from
Let's
Princess
go to
and
a
the Frog.
one shot. Let's go one shot on Tom.
You could definitely make that voodoo as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like we
You
brought
should
in
go
some-
full blackface voodoo with that.
Oh gosh.
Don't
Voodoo
do
witch
that.
Don't do
doctor.
that. But like I brought in these glam fangs. So I have these really cool temporary fangs you can put in, and these are chrome red. So you could take that, put on a sexy outfit, use the hat, and bam, you've got an instant costume.
Oh yeah.
And these are reusable. They're $35 for the teeth. There is like a little wax form that fits right into around your tooth, and you can wear them the entire night. They're amazing.
That's so cool. And it comes like a little carrying case and everything. That's
Yep,
cool.
and I have also plain color ones. If it not just in the glam.
I kind of like the blinged out
bling ones,
fangs.
but yeah.
I want
And-
like a grill with fangs in it.
Yeah.
You know it's a good party if you find one of those in the toilet the next day.
What the fang? Oh yeah.
You're like, oh, there
Oh
it is.
my
You're like,
God.
oh, sorry. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, you never know how a party's going to go down. That's all
I'm
good.
missing one of my fangs.
Does it come with some sort of adhesive or something?
Yeah,
or-
it's actually almost like a wax that forms around the tooth and holds that
It
in
just
place.
kind of
It's
holds
really
it
cool.
on there.
It
Yeah, and
molds
you
to
can-
your teeth. Yeah.
Right, and you can get refills of the wax. It comes with enough to do a multiple
Can I
times,
eat
so.
a hot dog downtown with the fangs in? Or do I have to take the fangs out? You know what I'm
You got to
saying?
eat it in the middle, in between.
Yeah.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
No,
I
you-
gotta push
Tiny
it.
yeah,
teeth
if you tiny teeth the center with the
Yeah.
dog and then you dunk the bread in water
Yeah.
Kobayashi style,
Yeah.
you'll be all right.
We
Okay.
actually bought some too. They came out with these like retractable fangs, so you can take the fangs in and out of your mouth so you could eat your hot dog. But when you bite down on the piece, like the fangs will drop down.
They'll grow?
so you can smile, and all of a sudden they'll drop down, and it's super cool.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Retractable
awesome.
fangs.
Dude,
Yes.
I want some retractable fangs. I'd be scaring
I'm telling
everybody.
you, right?
How do they? Is it like they use
It's just
air?
a little mechanism that it's pressure. So,
Okay.
So your
the
back teeth
mechanism
get
goes
it,
to your back
yeah.
teeth, yeah, and then when you bite down,
It's like a fulcrum in it.
And I have them both ways, so that they're always down, and you can bring them up or drop them down.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, you got to check this out, man.
Yeah.
I like the idea of someone having those and then showing me and doing because
I like the idea of Maisie's elementary school teacher doing that. I like the idea of her, and only to her. Like she does something wrong. She's misbehaving, and then
Just
the
drop
teacher
those
just
fangs
smiles, and the fangs drop down, and then no behavior problems the rest of the year.
I think you might be onto something.
I mean, it would be kind of
True.
sneaky if you weren't dressed as a vampire and you had this. That's what you want, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
you just
yeah.
want to be chilling at you're in Best Buy to pick up something curbside, and you just smile and they drop down.
But I also wouldn't notice because I don't notice
That's
it. So
true.
they'd be
Yeah.
doing the fangs. They're like, look, and they'd have to tell me. I'm like, oh yeah, the thing.
Oh, my fangs. Yeah. Forgot about those. All right, here's my receipt.
So I noticed that dragon mask.
I did. I brought some guy stuff, some a little more. Well, I mean, anybody could wear
This
this.
is
But I
cool.
was thinking of you guys. And Zagone.
Oh, wear your claws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're
Oh, you got
Perfectly with your
claws.
claws.
Butler, get my claws. Get
Yeah.
my business claws.
So yeah, this is Spike the Dragon. Oh, here they come.
Yeah.
This is made by Zagone Studios, and they make some of the most wonderful masks that really form fit to your face. Actually, you can your mouth as you move.
What?
Yeah, just slip it on.
Yeah, all right. Hey, I'll put it on. All right, hold on. I'm gonna see
We
if
have
this
quite a
works.
few of them in the Orlando store this year. So yeah, I just thought
is
these were
great.
amazing. They have just the coolest stuff.
All
right.
You're like a piff.
That's a mean piff.
But yeah, they're just
You're
fun,
doing it, yeah.
and they're made out of really high quality materials. They're
Here we
super
go.
comfortable. You can still drink with
yeah.
it
This is
on.
amazing.
TikTok worthy for sure.
Here
Oh,
we
put
go.
the top hat on too.
Here we go.
It's too gross.
That's awesome.
Perverted dinosaur.
I knew that would be a hit. I just knew it.
That's a great mask because it's also freeing.
Yeah.
You can drink through it if you want to.
Exactly. That's my point.
And you can see your face. Like sometimes I've always been. That's a perfect mask, by the way. I've always been a little anti the ones that go all over your face because you're at a party and you want people to know who you are.
Right.
That's kind of easy for me just based on my height. Most people knew, oh, that's Daniel, or tattoos or whatever. But it is kind of cool to have your face out there,
Yeah, like you say, you can still eat.
You don't
drink.
get claustrophobic. Yeah.
And sometimes people don't really want to go too crazy. You could throw on a black shirt, black pants, throw on the mask, and hey, I've got a costume. Here I go.
I like it.
So, and then one of the things we invested in were some more custom kilts for men.
That's a utility kilt.
I wanna get
I've
those for my
seen
husband.
those. People love those.
We actually had these made and shipped here from overseas for us, and we have plaid kilts, of course, if you want, depending on what your fantasy is, a little Outlander. But these are great. You can do anything with this. You could go really goth. You could do whatever.
I just think it would be freeing, man.
And we had some great sporns made. So, it's
that's where you put your weed, the sporn.
Yeah.
That's what the
Sporn? Is that what they call a male purse?
Yeah, sporn.
Okay.
Yeah, sporn. Yeah.
So
Feel the quality of
Oh
that.
my God, this thing is
and
really
I have them
nice.
from size, I think 32 up to like 42.
You know what I love about this?
Do they have
Sam,
a
you're going to
24?
love this. You know what's cool about this? It's made like Dickies. Like it's real industrial.
Sturdy.
Yeah, it's made
Yeah.
like Dickies work pants, which arguably are the finest.
They'll last forever.
I have
Yeah.
pairs that I had in high school that I still have.
do they make any kilts that are
This is
above
dope.
the knees? I don't
yeah,
like
like a
how
short.
long. Yeah, like a
You
short
want a mini kilt.
Yeah. Do they make a mini kilt?
I want to send, I don't know about a mini kilt. Well, we have schoolgirl skirts.
Yeah.
We can just work that out for you.
Pair that with the hat and your retractable fangs, and you're ready for hot dogs.
I
You just,
Yeah.
won't, you just won't have pockets.
I
'Cause they
kinda-
don't give females pockets for some reason.
No, they don't.
I want the manliness of the kilt, but it's too long, and
You
it's-
wanna-
and I want it, above the
Oh,
knee
yeah.
because I.
because
sure
you're
you could-
asking for it, right?
You take
This
that
is
to
a
your
Jinko.
local seamstress and have that altered for you.
Yeah,
How
you
about
can have
that?
it hemmed a little
or,
bit.
have it tailored wherever
Well,
you
you
go.
don't want it so your bell end, like you don't want to see your tail falls out.
No, well, I mean, it's up there. So
Okay.
there's no
Okay,
risk.
it's up there.
I mean, there's really no risk.
Okay.
I make a kilt belt, then you'll see it. But anything, I mean, just above the knee, it's just too long. A
Yeah.
Jinko kilt.
Oh,
You
you
can have
roll
it
it.
easily altered though.
Why don't you roll it up?
That would be
I mean,
interesting.
can't roll your kilt.
I don't know. I mean, be you, man.
The fabric is so great that you could take it and have it altered
I know
to whatever
Butler's
length
gonna
you want.
Butler's gonna like that because of how well it's made. Like it's really nice.
Yeah.
We actually have some that came in pink too, which we thought would be amazing. So we have some pink kilts in that same fabric.
I
They're
would
so
wear
cool.
a pink kilt.
So
That's
cool.
dope. What else you got? Let's see. This is awesome.
Also,
you guys really brought in some new stuff.
I didn't take it out of this, but we certainly can. And let's say again, you're looking for a real easy costume. Maybe you're going with someone who wants to be a goddess, and throw on a pharaoh hat. These are super simple,
look at
little
that.
pharaoh accessory. Go with no shirt, some black shorts,
That's
and you're
you,
done.
buddy. That's
you.
you.
Know?
Black,
Done.
tiny black
Pharaoh
shorts,
time.
fur hat. You're like, oh, I'm a pharaoh.
I will do that.
It's like $15 and you got a costume. Like, how can you beat that? And of course, we do have makeups and thing if you want to, really kind of alter your appearance a little more.
What
make
if
it
you
darker.
wear this and I wear little glasses and and I'm Woody Allen and you're Mia Farrow?
Oh
Oh
wow!
my god.
So
I don't want to be Woody Allen. He's
No.
gross. He's so gross. Why did I say that?
I don't know.
Yuck.
See, I am contemplating going to Seth's Halloween party.
Are you really?
Yeah, because
I'm going to a punk rock show this weekend. We're
here-
trying to not be old.
I'm doing it only because, or I'm thinking about doing it because I really don't want to do it, and there's nothing I could imagine that would be fun about this.
Right.
So that.
Or is it just you or you and your wife?
Oh, I take Crystal, yeah, but
Is she going to wear like one of those costumes where she's like thonger, but then a sheer dress over top of it?
yeah.
She
here's-
needs to come in. We have so many cool things.
Yeah,
That's
oh my
she's
God.
going to have to really, it's going to have to
Step
be
it up,
very
yeah.
scandalous.
because normally I'm like, I just want to I'll just stay home, watch some football, hang out with the boys, go to bed early. Like
Yeah,
that's
and
what
I want to
but
give
I'm
out
like,
candy
I'm getting old
because I have a.
Well, that's Sunday.
Well, I have like a Halloween thing,
Yeah.
but I want to give out candy and stuff like that. Andrew
Yeah.
already said I can't do that. I have to walk with a kid.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to do that.
Go around.
I just want to give out candy to the other kids.
Well,
I see my kid all the time.
So
I think
maybe
my priorities are messed up.
do I go as Pharaoh? No shirt, booty shorts.
I think you got to go
Definitely.
lizard.
Lizard.
See,
He wants to try and look sexy in front of the old teens.
Yeah, but you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that in front of Seth because no matter what, he's gonna like bully you. So you want to go funny.
no, but I'll be the novelty fat dad.
You're not fat, dude.
But
You'll look fine.
but I'm fatter than all Seth and his friends.
His friends are ripped.
No, he does have some chungos that like.
Does he? I don't know.
He's like, that's the guy that cleans my car. He's, like, "Hey, thanks, Seth." He's over by the pigs in a blanket. He's just mowing them down.
And they're bullying him.
Yeah, the guys from the podcast that we did. All those fat guys he knows.
Oh yeah. Does he hang out?
knows a lot of fat guys because you guys forget that Seth was a fat guy.
He was, but that was so long ago.
No, you never lose it though.
I'm
you
just
never
saying.
lose it.
Maybe
It's
I
just
go
like me. Once you're a small potato man, you never lose that.
as dad bod Pharaoh. Oh, anyway.
There is
Why
no,
did you make
there-
that sound?
She was like, "Oh."
I mean, it's not that bad. And that's funny, right? Like,
Terrible
I feel like I heard your soul escape your body.
It was the mummy. It was the mummy.
everybody likes the guy, the dad bod that shows up.
It
and
would be funnier
Everybody
if-
likes the guy with the dad bod. I
What
don't know.
are-
It would be
he's kinda out
funnier
of
if you were
shape, but he-
fat. It would be funnier if you were fatter.
Yeah.
You're not fat enough.
okay,
You
not
know I'm
fat enough.
right. You know I'm right. If Norm wears that, it's a home run all day long. If you wear that, it's just like, look at this guy. He thinks he's kind of fit, but he's not.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
where
it's
I'm
like,
at?
yeah. And then
I don't see my.
No, but-
I'm like kind of fat. I gotta.
No, you're not. You're not fat, but everybody's gonna clown you because they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's like the guy that got enough confidence." You know?
Oh, he thinks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like Jeff Howell came in here wearing a rash guard.
yeah, because he lost
Jeff Howell had a rash
25
guard on.
pounds.
He came in here because
Yeah.
he said he lost 25 pounds. He had a rash guard.
Yeah,
His
you're
shirt
right.
was eating his body.
Oh my
and I'm
God.
Like, Yo,
Oh my God, I almost did it. Hey.
You know when people do that? I'm
Yeah.
looking out for you.
Thank you.
You know when people
You're-
like they lose a little. I do it
I
too.
almost
I
did
lose
it.
a little weight. I come in. I go
Start
one
wearing
day
it.
to the gym. I go to the
Yeah.
gym one day. I come in here. I go, guys. See anything?
I threw away all my extra large shirts. Like, don't do that.
You
shouldn't
told
have
me.
done
I
that.
ran out. I got the bag. I brought it back in.
Anyway.
We
I
look
have
out for each other.
I have a size for every moment in my life. I don't throw them out. I just got to keep them.
Well, let's
Yeah,
talk about
there's
that.
always hope.
Well, let's
There's
talk
always
about
hope.
that. One of the cool things about Fairvilla is
Yeah.
they are a size specialty area. Like
Absolutely.
they specialize in wanting to make you look good. Unlike other stores that you go to where you don't
Yep.
get to try things on, or you might not even have a person that knows the correct fit. Your staff, your buyers, the people that work with
Yeah.
these particular companies have been working with them for years, so
Right.
you know how things fit. You know, oh, don't try that, try this. You know,
Yeah, and even in our accessories, our hosiery, the specialty hosiery, we have multiple sizes. We really try to accommodate every body, and we want you to look good at the end of the day, and we want you to feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have a really great size run on most everything we
Is that
carry.
a pirate thing? What is that?
Actually, this is not. These are harness wings that have our special were specialty item from Daisy Corsets.
Those are handmade, aren't they? They
I don't
look
think
it.
they're
Those are cool.
exactly
God, they look
handmade,
like they
but
are.
the quality is exceptional.
Wow.
And yeah, so it's basically a chest harness. You could put this on over whatever, or
Why don't you
very
wear
little.
that?
You can
and
have
put a ball gag in your mouth.
Yeah.
Hold on.
If you don't want feather wings, it's an alternative, and it's also going to
These
look
are
a.
awesome.
Are they amazing? So yeah, they just came out with them this year. We have a couple different styles.
Man, these look
and
hand cut. I
gorgeous.
swear to
They're
God,
leather.
I think
They're
this was.
leather.
I think this was handmade. This is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Check those guys out.
Yeah, so it has gold accent trim, and
It's like
it
a
really
step
does.
up.
Yeah. If you don't want to, again, you don't want to just have here's a pair of feather wings.
Yeah.
I want to look a little more seductive, a
Well,
little
Tom's
more
right.
sexy. Here we go. We're
The costumes that we have from you guys, and my wife will back me up on this. All the stuff that we have, and you'll remember this. We have all the beer garden costumes
Oh,
that we
I
got
love
from
it.
you guys back in the day.
Yes.
But they're
Yes.
such high quality that Andrea's loaned them out to other people we know that need costumes for like Oktoberfest and stuff because they're so good.
Yeah.
Like that, you
Yeah,
could
this
wear
will last
that
forever.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
So what
Oh,
kind
you're
of
interested. He's
pants
he's
do I
interested.
wear with
Wear
the
the
wings?
kilt. Wear the
The
kilt.
kilt?
Dude,
Yeah.
kilt and wings with a ball gag in your mouth. You'll be the hit of the
Well,
party.
what did I say I am?
You'll say you're a horny man.
I just say
Yeah, just say
Captain
you're
Horny?
just say you're Captain Horny. Yeah,
Put a
right?
captain's hat on.
I do have one from the Land Cruise.
That's a great idea. You put a captain's hat on, ball gag in your mouth, wing harness, and kilt with nothing underneath, and you're Captain Horny. Hit of the party.
Maybe put a little accessory under the kilt to make it look like.
Oh, like a funny. Yeah. You could put a boogie nights under there.
Yeah.
Oh, like
Yeah, you could
Captain
do-
Horny.
yeah,
the carrot top?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then
Do you follow him on Instagram?
I haven't lately.
You need
I have
to.
should I?
You need to, man.
Well, you know,
Impressive.
Top's
he's,
falling out.
he's
Impressive.
absolutely has shopped in our store for her props. And,
Yeah.
shout
Well,
out,
he doesn't
he's
need to
amazing.
shop for anything else because he's got it, and
Yeah.
it's huge.
can you? Okay,
Oh, great! Now I have to watch.
Yeah, well, everybody should.
can you?
He should be given the key to the city of Orlando just based on that only.
Wow.
It's super impressive.
Yeah.
So I imagine you can wear a kilt for Halloween, right? Just like basically
Yeah.
every costume's open, right? Can you wear a kilt in other times, or
Anytime you want.
is if you're not Scottish,
Sure.
or is it some sort of appropriation?
Well,
or
you know
you're
what?
like,
That's
whoa.
a great question.
Well, you don't have plaid there, so you're not claiming a certain, tartan.
You don't
or
have a
what
tartan or
pa-
anything
yeah.
like that?
So yeah, I think that you're just
Stolen
feeling
valor!
free.
Stolen valor!
They don't care, right? Like,
You're
no way.
stealing my valor!
Any Scottish person can.
You're stealing my valor.
Because I've often wondered that at weddings. Sometimes the groom will wear a kilt, and all the best men wear a kilt.
must wear a kilt.
And then I'm like, even the groom is like 1/8 Scottish from his
When they do
grandma's
it,
side.
are you saying what we both think when we see this, where you see it and you're like, you're just trying hard. You just want everybody
Yeah.
to look at you, man.
Yeah, like, what other Scottish thing do you do normally?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, what do you go home and eat a haggis pie?
Yeah, you have to eat haggis at least once a week if
you're gonna wear a kilt.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah.
gonna wear a kilt.
Well, don't say that they're selling kilts.
No, it's
dare you.
Halloween. Well, I don't know. They're in kilts. Well, this is a leather kilt. This is not the green crocheted one with a whistle and a feather thing.
It's got a whistle. It's not a light vest. Tom thinks it's got a light that glows.
It's got some attachments on, right? It's got like a weird feather duster.
That's right. The thing in the front. What is
that
the name
thing?
of it?
What the pleat? Oh, the sport.
The sporn.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that goes near the sporn as like decoration.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
sporn.
Yeah.
Anyway, no, I'm just asking. What's up with the kilt?
I think you're fine.
Yeah, I think you're okay.
fine.
Okay.
I think metal bands have been doing it for years, man. I mean,
Yeah, and like I said, with the plaid situation, we have schoolgirl is like one of the number one year-round selling
classic.
costumes. We have schoolgirl skirts in multiple colors, lengths, sizes, and we got in this really cute. If you already have a little schoolgirl skirt, or you want to pick out the one you like the best, you can just buy the shirt, unbutton it. It's a really nice little fitted shirt. Unbutton it, wear a plaid bra under it or something like that. We got that.
I
mean, you
that.
can just really mix and match and make it your own. As sexy as you want to be, kind of thing. So we have
Why
that.
don't you
You
do
can wear
that?
that with your partner with a plaid kilt, and you're
okay.
there. You go.
You have
Be Britney Spears.
harness
Halloween.
wings
That's
and kilt, ball gag, vampire hat, wig. Then your wife, schoolgirl on the top,
Yeah.
the bottom pantsuit.
Well, I was just gonna make a comment if my wife, did the sexy
I
schoolgirl.
don't know if she's gonna is she
Well-
gonna talk in a baby voice?
Well,
I don't know if I see that.
But also, I'm like, I can't suspend
Oh, your
reality.
teacher, Mr. Horny's here.
Well, I'm just like, I mean, you're no schoolgirl. I'm just like, what kind of school is this? An adult learning
Obviously,
school?
this is old school.
Yes,
I was
apparently.
like, yeah. I was just like,
School of hard knocks.
yeah. Like if you're wearing a pilot outfit, I'd be like, all right, that takes a long time to become a pilot.
How long have you been here?
I just need something more in reality, so
You
I
wanted
could.
how about a gray wig and how about she's a teacher? Gray wig.
teacher? Teacher's fine.
Yeah.
There's
Sexy teacher, hot for teacher.
a lot of different professions. Anything
You be
that
the
requires a
schoolgirl,
degree.
She'll be the teacher.
Yeah, there you go.
There you are.
Oh, okay, well, that's an odd.
Yeah, but that's a classic.
I don't know. I know.
Role
Is it?
play, baby.
My dad, Milton Berle.
I don't think
my
she
dad
wants that.
loved dressing up like ladies. He'd wear the wig. He'd put the makeup on, the dress. He'd put the oranges in his brassiere.
It's your one chance to dress up like something you're not.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I
Do like my dad did. My dad had
Yeah.
a fat lady costume that had pasties on her boobs.
yeah.
And
we have
and
it in the
we
storage
have
unit.
it in the storage unit.
Yeah.
Like it's
I
like
wanted to throw it away,
No.
and Daniel's like, put it in the storage unit, and
it's
he
the only
That's a
thing I
family
have. It's the only thing I have from my father.
you got your china, everything.
No, I sold all that.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't sell was my dad's fat stripper costume.
There's a lot of sentimental
Hold on, that
value
might be
in
a
that.
fact. That might actually be a fact.
It is.
And
I'll
when
tell you the truth.
But when you say it, it doesn't sound good.
Because it came back from the storage unit somehow. We brought a bunch of stuff, and then I had it, and I was like, hey, buddy, do you want me to put this back? I'm expecting you to be like, nah, just get rid of it. And you're like, yeah, you can put it back in there. I'm like, I drove it back. I put it back in the storage unit.
Throw it away, I quit the show.
And then I was like, how?
I start crying.
Why does he like this? And the other stuff. Anyway.
Look, humor's a good memory.
Yeah.
That's like the best.
I'm just
I
saying, you
love
can
it.
dress up like. Okay, the other idea I would have is, what if you have your wife paint you green like she did for her Bridezilla costume, and you wear that the dragon mask.
Well, like I want to go as something like
rooted in
Go
reality.
with Gizmo Duck on your one wheel.
No, he has a problem.
I have a
like,
duck bill you can use.
He has a.
Don't ask me why.
Yeah, I was gonna
no,
say.
but I would need
Kawaka.
the unicycle type one wheel that they have to be Gizmo Duck, and that is out there. So if I go with the regular skateboard one wheel,
Yeah, it's close enough.
no,
right?
but they would be like they have something that's like Gizmo Duck, and that would be more accurate anyway. So what else we got?
Went crazy there. But accessories. And like for that schoolgirl outfit, we have really cute little headbands with a plaid bow on top.
it's
We
cute.
have cute little ears, fluffy ears, if you want to be a cat.
Leg warmers, boots, the whole nine, shoes.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got it all.
And I mentioned it earlier, but I can't state it enough. We really have a ton of makeup. So if you want to accent your look or create something totally different, we have really high quality Maron makeup. Glitter is the best accent for girls who are looking to really accentuate, or really for anybody. And we have, in UV, we have biodegradable glitter because we're trying to be good to the environment.
Cool.
Glitter bombs, which I think are good. Glitter grenades. Wow. Tons of colors.
And you just kind of smear that all over.
Absolutely. It actually is in a gel.
Oh,
And
nice.
the gel will stick to your skin better. It's easy to wash off with soap and water, but it'll just stay on for,
Cool.
for your party or whatever you're dressing up for. And don't forget, of course, pasties.
Mm-hmm.
Pasties for whatever you're going to be. These happen to be Day of the Dead, but we have UV reactive ones. We have, spider webs to dollar signs. You name it.
Do you
We
have larger
everything.
ones?
I was literally
Larger
Hey,
ones.
sorry, you know what?
Yes,
You know what?
we
should
do.
start a company, sir. We should start a company because
Yes, we do.
we aligned.
I remember this from
I
talking
need
to you
4 of
before,
those.
and we bought. I got the. I don't usually get to buy as much as I used to, so I was tasked with buying some additional pasties, and I'm not kidding you.
My
I bought
wife's
ones that were like this big now.
Yes, I need those. My wife's nipples
Yes.
overkick the coverage, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we've got coverage for you now. We do. We
They're
absolutely
huge.
do.
And she's flat chested, so it just looks like she has these giant. It looks like her chest is wearing sunglasses.
Excuse me, madam. The skeletons are looking at the floor.
Eyes up here, boys. Eyes up here.
That's right. That's right. But and then of course too, if you're not going to go out, but you still kind of want to do something fun, we do have our bedroom costumes. But Mapole, Super Sexy Devil is what I brought for you today.
Oh wow! Oh my God! The back. Look at that! Look at that! Oh,
Yeah.
wow!
Wow.
That's
Very
put
hot.
that on there. My goodness.
Bedroom costumes are
She
basically
is
usually
built
a
like a
one
brick
size.
outhouse.
Maybe actually Mapole though does come size, so I think they go through small through extra large. So really great quality, but they're sexy. It almost looks like swimwear in a way, but it comes with all the accessory pieces right in there, so you have a ready to go costume.
Hold on, I got one complaint. Is the devil holding a trident? Or is that looks more like a...
I didn't take the picture. That does not come with it.
You know the devil.
But the headpiece does.
It looks as if the devil
Pitchfork. That's a
said, "Hey,
pitchfork."
Poseidon, let me borrow that. I got a photo shoot."
Yeah. It looks more like, I think, a pitchfork and a trident.
Man, this guy and his logic,
What's-
right?
what-
Doesn't that drive you
That's
crazy?
what he noticed
What's
on
the
this
difference?
picture.
Like, why do you even participate in
I'm just
Halloween?
saying.
Like, why are you even doing it?
No.
Are you going to be walking around going fake, fake, fake to older kids as they're walking? Not a ghost, not a witch, not this, not that. Never will be that.
That is not a
impossible.
broom.
Female
That is
president, that'll never happen. You're like pointing at everybody and just grabbing on them.
I like you not being able to accept. Like, you can only be something that maybe you could be in reality. And that's it.
Asian police officer. Now tell me when you've seen that. Get out of here. Next.
I
All
do
right.
have a
You get no candy.
I do have a corrections officer shirt as well.
That's
we have
good
everything.
for you.
The correction
You
officer.
look like a correction officer.
Like-
you look like you would have been like higher up working at
Yeah.
a lockup facility.
I
you
accept
go.
that one because I feel like if you put your mind to it,
You can do that.
most of us in this room could be a correctional officer. You know what I'm saying?
His
Like we
sidekick-
can go to the school or whatever the training.
His
Some
sidekick,
training, right?
before you took him under your wing, Tom's sidekick used to be a correctional officer, mini junkie.
No, oh yeah.
Yeah.
He did.
He's a little person, but he's a correctional officer.
We got to get him in here. Did we talk
I still
to him
don't
about
understand
that,
how
right?
that works, but I'm just still going with it.
Yeah. We have to get him in here to talk
No,
to him about
never
that
talk- no, don't
experience.
kill it.
Like,
Leave it
what
alone.
happened? Like,
Nope.
because for sure the inmates were not politically correct with you, right? Like, they're-
That's why I
They-
say we just got to leave it alone and you just got to let it be because
Like-
it's too great.
There's too much content.
There's
there.
too, yeah. It's just like I never want to touch it. It's so beautiful, right?
Yeah.
like the Aryan nation, like said horrible things
Yeah.
to you, right? Like something.
And he's a wonderful and a
Yeah, I
super
know.
cool guy.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where he.
But you are the guard, so you
Yeah.
could. Yeah, I mean,
you can shoot that guy.
or like put them down in the hole
Yeah.
or whatever.
I mean, if they throw poo at you, you can put him in the yard. I think you can put him out in the
something.
box. Put him in the box.
Yeah, so that's kind of like what I brought today.
Awesome.
But I'm telling you, I was personally spellbound when I walked in. I couldn't believe how much product we have in that store, and they're still getting a few more things in. So
Yeah, because
definitely check
we're
it
not
out.
even. I mean, the fuse is lit, right? Like this
Yeah,
is the
we're
time
a
whenever
month out.
Yeah, if you're thinking about it, this would be the time to go. And I do this every year, but I'll do it even heavily this year. If you are thinking of getting these type of costumes, like Debra says, you should go there now, not later, because a lot of this good stuff, the sizing. You
Yeah,
know what, and
it will
they're
go.
going to try to accommodate you. They're going to try to find everything that they can. And trust me when I tell you, they bring in a ton of stuff. But if you snooze, like I've done a
You
couple
will
of times, you
lose.
will lose.
yeah.
100%.
Debra, thanks so much for coming in.
Oh, absolutely.
Again, there's multiple Fairvilla locations,
Mm-hmm.
and there's going to be costumes at all locations.
Well, the Megastore
Yeah.
and the Key West store are the ones that carry the majority of it. The other stores might have some accessories, but the Megastore is where it's at.
So
Awesome,
head for
yeah.
the Megastore, we'll say. We'll
Yeah.
push you there. We'll take a quick break, come back with more A Corporate Time right after this. It is another A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha's here, Butler's here, the fish are here. We were talking about fingers.
No, Finger Hut. So I saw a commercial. I was watching Hulu
How
Live.
do you not know what Finger Hut is?
I know. I remembered
It's
it.
like Sky Mall for poor
Yes.
people.
I remembered that it was
That's pretty good, right?
like they sold like the bargain basement. It's like Walmart for a catalog of Walmart stuff.
Like
but
they
certain
sell,
things.
Finger Hut sells like that bank that you put the coin in, that the dog dances,
Yeah.
and then he uses his tongue to lick the coin into the chute.
So I remember hearing that name like 20 years ago, whatever. But I saw a commercial for it the other day, and they're like, "We sell toys, we sell like shoes and clothes," and like they were rattling off a bunch of different garbage. And then I was like, "How is this still a thing with the internet and Amazon and like who is going to Finger Hut to find toys? You just search the internet for toys, right?" Like,
I
but
don't.
Is it
No.
old
Yeah,
people?
but you can also do, it's like mail order stuff, right? But you can also do like monthly payments, so you don't have to buy everything automatically.
You can
It's like
finance
layaway.
it. Yeah.
Oh,
it's-
so they offer the
Yeah.
ability to
And it also
layaway.
helps poor people build their credit.
Yeah, it does help
'Cause
you
I
build
know a lot
credit.
of people that did it that way.
Now, I will say that you have fallen into a trap of saying that you go to Amazon for everything, and I don't go to Amazon for everything. Like, and I don't think everybody does. Like me and my wife, like you always say, why don't you get Amazon? I'm like, I go to a lot of, like, if I wanted a knife, I wouldn't go to Amazon. If I wanted, like,
Yeah,
I usually only go to
specialty,
Amazon if I already know what I want and just want to comparatively shop. I'll do that.
I'm using Amazon as basically a simile for the internet.
Yeah, because,
so like I just it's
Just
weird.
online shopping.
It's weird. It's like going to Google and searching Yahoo to me to going to Finger Hut.
Gotcha,
It's like
gotcha.
whatever you're thinking you want to buy, but then maybe they aggregate a list of stuff for you to look through, because that's something where it's like people, they put all the best-selling toys, and then you get to look.
Oh, they have like merchandise that is
because old people don't know where. Like, although nowadays you just search best toy for age range 5 through 7 or what, and maybe old people don't know how to do that, so they just go to Fingerhut. I'm talking out loud because I'm surprised a company like that still exists in this era.
Well, there's like Fingerhut. There's Oriental Trading. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of these companies that are around that still sell, and they're just, I guess, smaller versions of Amazon that only sell, like, I don't know, 1/100th of what Amazon sells. I don't know.
And could you get that same product that Fingerhut sells on just the internet or Amazon?
I think you could, but I'm gonna guess that Fingerhut tries to be an exclusive vendor for certain things.
Okay, yeah, something like that. I know. I'm just.
But you're right. It is
wondering. Like, I don't know. It seems like you would go out of business, but they're still advertising on the channel, and I was like, wow, that's weird. Which the fact that they're still advertising on Hulu Live. Well, I guess they're not watching like cable, so it's like the people can't be that old watching Hulu Live, right?
I wouldn't think so. No. No, Fingerhut to me though, like, it's funny you do bring this up. It's interesting.
But maybe the things you're watching, the algorithm is showing you that, because I have never seen a Fingerhut commercial in my life.
Yeah, maybe. But
is it because of how much you use Amazon? Like, you buy a lot of products from the internet, probably as much or more than anybody here, right? You and Butler, I bet, order the most Amazon stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we just
I don't really
shop
use
on the
it,
internet now.
Yeah, I mean, like, so I wonder if that's why you're getting those ads. If Fingerhut thinks, well, if you like Amazon, you might like Fingerhut.
Maybe, yeah. It's
stores that sell other people's products. I mean, that's kind of I guess that would be a scary place to be right now, right?
Yeah, third party, like hey, why do I need this third party? I buy it direct. Although, I think the Lowe's and the Home Depots of the world and those kind of things are always, seemingly to me, because of how I use them, going to be in business, because like you need some screws, you need something right now for a project. Like I need a shop vac, filter.
I got a mess. I gotta go now.
And even though you can get it on Amazon like same day, sometimes you're just like, I only, like, as a busy dad, I only have the morning on Sunday to get my shop vac working, so I'm running up to Home Depot. That's where I see those type of stores like never dying, because it seems like there'll always be busy dads on Sunday morning.
Yeah, but there's bad at
garbage.
life people that need stuff every day that's not necessarily home improvement stuff. So you're always going to have brick and mortar stores.
True, I guess. But
and a lot of people like to still touch and feel the textures of things and try things on.
Yeah, I've been burned too many times.
Not have to worry about the hassle of returning something.
Yeah. I mean, although Amazon returns are pretty damn easy, I gotta say. You gotta return
But some people hate even doing that.
Yeah.
Even though it is easy.
Yeah, once you know how to do it and you can just drop it off at the FedEx store or whatever, I mean, that's just like the easy. I mean, they deposit the money back in there as you drop it off, and it's like you look at your phone, you got your money back. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's pretty. I mean,
they're trying to make it as easy as possible.
I see what you mean, and I'm not saying you're wrong in any way, shape, or form. I'm just, I'm a weirdo, and I like brick and mortar. Seriously, I do, and I kind of wish I didn't. But I think there's a part of it that's a very untrusting part of me that has been burned before on
buying something online.
Oh, dude, when we were building out the studio, I didn't mean to call you dude. I got burned a bunch of times on, like, I got burned on some stands, not these, but on some camera stands, some microphone filters, stuff that you buy just because you can't really see it. But as long as you can return it, it's pretty easy. Fingerhut. What other ones are there? There's like Sky Mall, Fingerhut. Andrea brings home one that we get that's like only like little bric-a-brac that old mom and dads would like little novelty putting greens.
Stoneberry is one of them.
Like Brookstone. I remember those.
Brookstone's one.
Interesting enough, you talk about Sky Mall. I'm sure it still exists, but I can't imagine it is going to for that much longer, because when Fernando was flying to Colorado, he's like, dude, my plane, it didn't have TVs, but it had a built-in thing on the back of the seat for you to put your own phone. And then you are able to get the free Wi-Fi to tap into you just download their app and you get all their live TV and everything through your phone. So they've abandoned building the screens in the back of the seats because
Well, it's just one more thing to clean.
yeah, and they're like, everybody's got a smartphone now, so we'll just put the plastic stand so you put your own phone and you watch, and you got the airline's app on your phone, which is probably good advertising for them, right? Whatever it is. And I'm like, well, Sky Mall's gone for sure. If they could, now you're putting your own. They're not even putting TVs because
unless they digitize it, you know, like they digitize publications and say, "Hey, digital Sky Mall, you can scroll through and look at products."
Yeah, in their
videos
app or something. Whoever
I mean,
the
they
hell.
would need to do it like that, though. You're right.
Yeah, it's just hard to like. You're like, I'm just gonna look at what I want. I don't know. It seems like in a day and age where you just go on your phone and then you type in what you want and then you buy it at whatever the fastest place is gonna give it to you. You just do that instead of anything else. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I do like, and it's just nostalgia, I believe, those little catalogs, and they're made of that flimsy paper, and they come to your house, and they have a bunch of products that I'm never going to buy. They have, like, bird feeders. And do you know the ones I'm talking about? They have, like...
Finger Hut was like that.
Yeah,
they
Finger
had
Hut-
their own catalogs too. But yeah, Oriental Trading does
I'm
it.
blanking
I get
on the
those every
one.
once in a while.
No, there's one big one that's bigger than even Finger Hut that we get all the time that my mom got, my dad got. I remember saying my grandparents had it. I'm blanking on the name of it right now. The chat room might know.
Not Uline.
No.
Yeah, we get
shipping
those
stuff.
too. But
No, it's not Uline, but it's another catalog. And you flip through it, it's like, and everything's like sort of personalized. They do a lot of like microfiber dog bed with your dog's name embroidered on it. You know, like jumbo wood chip bed for larger dogs. Then you've got like executive putt-putt with embroidered flag. Everything is like a little bit custom, but a little bit like dated.
They're getting it all from China.
Yes.
And they're just presenting it to you so you see what you could do. It's like...
it's not Wayfair either. It's something like Wayfair. I'm blanking on it, but we'd get it and we'd open it up and you'd go through this catalog and it'd have a bunch of these like novelty pajamas that match for the family that you can order, like a bunch of just garbage.
I wonder...
And I still enjoy going through that dumb catalog.
The psychology of...
Why do I like that? It's just nostalgia, right?
Well...
It makes me feel like a little kid sitting down with... I used to love going through catalogs. I just flip through them and look and just kind of, oh, that's cool, circle it.
Well, let's look at the psychology of... so the catalog of all that stuff, the Sky Mall, the Finger Hut, it's for consumers that don't know what they want to buy, but maybe want to buy something. Which is
it's kind of like window shoppers that walk around the mall.
Which is weird because now in this day and age, it seems like we don't really have that as much. We get advertised to and stuff, but it's like whatever you want to buy, you just search for it and buy it.
Now you just
or
get
whatever.
Facebook ads.
Yeah, but it's like rarely do I ever find myself, and I used to do this with catalogs and like all those things where I'm like, I don't know what I want to buy, but maybe I'll see something, and I'm just flipping through a magazine and looking at garbage that I could want to buy. I wonder if that will exist, or I wonder if that's a psychological thing that works for these kind of products that they're going to try to do in some other form. Like, are they going to market to my sons something that they could flip through or scroll through?
No,
to
it'll just
buy.
be digital ads.
Yeah, it's
on apps and stuff.
And it's all like whatever you're searching, they're going to market.
Oh yeah,
to.
they'll definitely market to you because they're listening to you right now.
Because it's pointless. Like the Finger Hut ad did nothing for me. They wasted their advertising money.
Well,
on,
they didn't specify enough, right? They were just shooting a shotgun
Everything,
into the sky. Yeah.
I think we were watching like a Crystal put on the news or something. So
Ew.
obviously they're marketing to older people. By the way, there is nothing I need to know on the news that they advertise or not advertise,
Nothing
but
good.
they report.
No.
I'm like, all this horrible things. I'm like, I didn't need to know any of this.
I'll let you know. When something
I was like,
yeah, stupid.
I don't need to know any of these horrible things that happen to people. Like, why do I need to know that? It doesn't make me any safer. My family, it doesn't do anything but bum me out
It's a bummer.
and make me feel bad about humanity and society and also these people that have been, murdered or killed or all this horrible stuff. I'm like, why would you watch that?
Oh, my wife's looking it up, the catalog. But I love these. They got flags, and then they got little garden flags that have, like, whatever seasons you want on them. And then they have, like, the copper bracelet that you're supposed to wear that help your golf swing.
Yeah,
And then they got
garbage.
all that. Then they got, like, an antibacterial TV remote that repels germs that you never have to clean. Then they have that little metal bar that you're supposed
Was
to...
it ABC distributing?
No, Andrea's going to look it up. I can't
Okay.
remember the damn name of it, but it's like one of these things that is like Finger Hut, but I think this publication has been, I think it's as old as me. I remember it as a kid, and here I am as 45-year-old, dad. My mom still gets them. They still get sent to my house because of her mail. And we get them, and I still like flipping through them. It's that flimsy-ass paper, almost like the Scholastic Book Fair paper. You flip through it. It's like shiny. It's all a bunch of bird feeders.
You don't buy it.
No, but it's just like copper bracelet, bird feeder, pet bed. It's all but I'm with you. Like, how do they survive?
I guess, it's just made to order stuff. So the only cost to them is printing out the magazine. And then when you buy it through them, they just order it from China and they get a small percentage. That's it. So it's like the embroidered dog bed or whatever, like there's a bunch of embroidered dog beds with a Bucky on them sitting in a warehouse, right? It doesn't exist.
Right.
So as soon as you order it through the middleman, Finger Hut or whoever, then they order it from China. And then it gets shipped to you, and then they take their 15% or whatever.
EJ in our Twitch chat room, twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live, he mentions East Bay. Yeah, I used to love East Bay, too. You'd get an East Bay catalog. I remember when Zappos used to put out catalogs. You get the catalog that had all the crazy shoes in it. You guys want to do some voicemail emails?
Yeah, let's do it.
Because close out this segment a little bit. Yes, sir.
And by the way, almost everything that we order now is just we order from a company and then they order it from their factory in China, or they're like, you know what I'm saying? So we're just going through an American company to get stuff made in a Chinese factory. That's the reality of the world today.
Like, I remember catalogs that my mom used to get. Like, catalogs were like a big deal. Like, the big one, like, I only remember stupid stuff, right? The big one my mom got, see if this ticks any boxes for anybody listening. My mom got this catalog all the time called Chadwicks of Boston.
That sounds familiar.
Chadwicks of Boston. Have no idea what it is. A bunch of old lady pantsuits in there. Chadwicks of Boston. I don't know why I remember that, but I'd flip through a damn Chadwicks of Boston. I love a catalog. I'm catalog
what
man.
were you looking at Chadwicks of Boston for?
I'm bored. I'm flipping. That's a nice. Oh, look, that's taupe. I like that. I just flipped through. I don't know.
We didn't have phones back then, Tom.
Yeah, I didn't have an iPhone. I just flipped through any catalog. You put any catalog in front of me. I used to J&P motorcycle catalog, Harley Davidson motorcycle catalog.
Can we talk about older women's blouses for a second? Because
they're back in business.
The patterns on older women's blouses
out there
are out there.
And
it's like, what are you wearing? Like, you are wearing a pillow, like a billowy pirate blouse that has like 1980s triangles that are all different colors. Yeah. And then it's,
why are your cuffs? You ever seen a woman who wears a blouse and her cuffs go up half her forearm? Mm-hmm. I'm like, that's a long ass cuff.
Like, I've never seen.
How do you eat a hot dog with a cuff that? You can't
roll up your cuffs.
Yeah, you can't. You can't fold those over. They're too wide. You can only fold if you're folding up, you're rolling up your sleeve. You could only roll it twice before it's under your armpit.
That's a dated thing, right? Like, grandmas in the future are just going to be wearing T-shirts. Like,
let's start a band called Grandmas of the Future, because that's a good punk rock band name.
I've never seen my grandma wear a regular shirt in my entire life.
T-shirt?
A T-shirt. I've never. She was always
they
a
dressed
blouse.
Up.
Yeah.
They dressed up. Like we have,
like my pop will wear a V-neck white shirt, dungarees, and like Velcro shoes. But
my dad 90% of the time wore suits.
Yeah,
I don't think I ever saw my dad. Like, my dad wore suits.
I don't think my dad ever owned a suit.
Either my dad was wearing a suit, or when he would fully go, he was either suit, yellow underwear, and that's just from being washed tons of times and peeing in it, and the other, or he'd have on
denim
jeans, cowboy boots, flannel shirt, jean jacket, Wells Lamont gloves, cowboy hat, kerchief, sunglasses, fake Rolex. And that was his doing yard work. He would cover himself like a cowboy to do yard work.
Or just on the weekends, right? When he's not working, then suit.
He's just dressed like a cowboy or dressed like a suit in a suitman.
You're like, you ever rode a horse in a long time? Why? My stepdad would have boat shoes and a boat shoes. Yeah. I've never even seen you on a boat.
My dad sold
and
his
then a
horse.
Guy Harvey shirt. I'm like, I've never seen you fish. Why do you like Guy Harvey so much?
Dad had a horse named Rondo, but when I was born, he sold Rondo. So he just held onto his boots and his hat because he held on to everything.
My stepdad also.
I don't think my dad wore anything other than steel-toe boots. It was either steel-toe boots or barefoot. I'm trying to remember if he had any other shoes.
How do you kick
ever.
your daughter if you don't wear steel
I don't
toes?
know.
Yeah.
Mostly kicked me without the shoes on.
Oh, man. Why'd you bring that up?
I was taking a shot in the dark and I made it. You ever throw a paper ball in complete darkness and it lands in the trash can?
Well, come on. The hoop was 4 feet
It
wide.
was a big hoop. Yeah.
I mean, you could have thrown out a lot of things.
Let's go to voicemails.
Okay.
Try this one.
I just thought of something. Has stiff man Tom Van ever danced at a wedding?
Yes. That's it. That's all he said.
Okay.
Not at mine. We know that.
Oh, come on.
Oh my God.
I
Might
was,
as well kick me with your steel toe.
I was at a funeral.
No, you weren't. But you danced at a funeral?
He's trying to get out of NFL drug test. This guy.
By the way,
It'll work 5 times.
Why, as you get older, are you starting to lie? You're not supposed to do that.
here's the thing. I want to know is the suspension the same as if he would have failed? Because if it was, he took a 50-50 chance, or at least he had a 25% chance of the guy taking the bribe. So I believe he made the correct
I agree.
decision. At least you try to bribe if you know you're going to fail. Anyway, I have danced at weddings, and it always is like this. I don't like dancing, or obviously, like I'm not a dancer.
Yeah.
I get very. By the way, we play this game now. Me and my sons. Would you rather? And
Well, that's a terrible game.
I don't think you're supposed to be playing that. Like, me and my sons play this game. It's going to spin the bottle. I was making out with Tommy last night. Yeah.
no,
8 minutes in heaven.
They like. Would you rather do this or do
Right,
this?
I'm familiar with the game, but it's usually really, really bad things.
Yeah, well, they do it. The kids' version is like, would you rather eat a cockroach
Or eat a poo-poo sandwich.
Yeah.
They're horrible at it because they do like, would you rather eat a big cockroach or a baby cockroach? I'm like, it's not even good. I criticize.
I don't know.
it.
That one's
Like-
pretty good, and I'm going baby cockroach.
Well, that's
Well,
not
of course, everyone would go
yes,
baby.
and that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Oh man, your kids are dumb.
I know.
Oh, you can't say that.
They're 6 and 7,
Leave
and
them alone.
I'm like, that's not the point. Is to get to make the decision hard. So you put out 2 horrible things, but you make them. The whole point is to see who can make them as equally horrible.
Right,
so the decision,
right. Yeah.
you're like, I don't know, that's a good one. I don't know. I would rather. Then you say something real horrible. Anyway, so I'm good at it.
Well,
Compared to them.
give me one of yours.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
give me one of yours.
All right. Would you rather have your mom still alive to this day?
Okay.
You are
Right.
bringing up terrible things today.
No, he's fine. Leave him alone. He's fine.
Or
Eat a baby cockroach?
I'm trying to I'm just
Oh, you just wanted to bring it up. You had nothing else to throw with it? Okay.
or guarantee that Maisie lives to 100.
Oh, yeah. See, he is good at this. I'd rather guarantee that Maisie lives to 100. And I know that's what my mom would want to.
No. I mean, she could
That's
live
a
to
good one.
99.
Right,
You don't know.
right.
That's
Like,
a good one.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
that's
good
what I
one.
do
You
to my
are
sons,
good.
and I
Boy, that-
traumatize
Yeah,
them.
you're effing them up. You're effing them up real good.
I want to know. I did that to an adult.
I
don't
want
do
to
that
know
to that.
exactly
is-
what you asked your sons.
That
because
is magnifique. That is manipulation.
I need to know.
We got damn Dr. Strange over here, mind controlling you.
No, I'm just saying that that's the
Jesus
whole
Christ.
point of the thing is to say 2 hard decisions. that
Whatever
make
you say, Thanos. Is over here.
Would you rather have mommy or daddy die? It's like,
Jeez,
what
No,
the
I know.
hell?
I'm not doing that bad.
Jeez Louise.
I forgot where I was even going with it.
I can't even say with the chat room. I'll say this one. The guy's like, "What a dick." What about you?
No, I won't. But the whole point is to make it hard, and it's not.
There's a lot.
I mean,
of,
it's not reality.
Everybody's like, "Goddamn Tom! Oh my God!"
Well, that's
They're like freaking out on you.
You're supposed to try your hardest, right? So like, and everything you make it if you're playing the game.
We better do a voicemail. They're turning on you hard.
I know Daniel. He makes jokes about it all the time.
I do.
He told Jeff Howe the other
I
day
did.
in the office, and you made it awkward.
I did. We got a lot of EJ Bit voicemails. I'll say to you.
okay.
We got a lot of EJ Bit voicemails, Because we got to handle that first before we even get to like Doctor Strange and what he tells his kids in this diabolical game.
My God.
But that is a fun game. I want to play it on Friday's show.
No, but I do, goofy things for the kids, but I'll push the limits a little bit.
Would you rather Daddy not ever be able to walk again?
Right.
Or
I'm not
Mommy
doing
to
that.
have her throat slashed?
No, I'm not saying that. Well, that's an easy one. But the thing is that they tell.
Do you wear the saw makeup when you do this?
No. Anyway.
Do you ride a tricycle with a?
It's okay.
Let's try this one.
I like EJ's bit. I still like EJ's bit. It makes me feel smart about myself. And it makes me realize he's dumb for being a nerd. And anyways, it's a mediocre time, or I guess a corporate time. But it's mediocre. What do you expect from it?
Okay, there's one. We got another one here. Just power through these.
Guys, I've never called you before. I've always written emails, but I'm listening to you guys talk about EJ's bit, and Tom is going, what do we do? What do we do? He's not doing a good job. His bit's not good. You fire him. Get rid of this guy. It's terrible. We're tired of listening to his junk. Get rid of him.
I like that guy.
We're in a Kramer from Seinfeld scenario for a lot of reasons. One of them, EJ says the N-word too. But
Why would you spread that rumor?
I'm just
You're
He's trying
I'm
to
just joking.
evil Tom today.
Yeah,
I'm just
I like
joking.
Evil Tom. Spicy Tom is good.
in the fact that we don't pay him anything to do
Right.
this bit.
This is voluntary.
Yeah.
He volunteers.
He signs up for this every week.
And
Yeah, but if you volunteer at the homeless shelter and you're pouring hot soup on the homeless people's heads,
yeah.
Well, it's not that bad.
and you're ruining the shelter.
No, he's not pouring hot soup on him. He just like taking too many breaks. He's not really,
peeing in their sleeping bags.
He's holding up the line, but they're homeless people, so it doesn't matter that much.
I wouldn't feel as bad. I wouldn't.
Well, I'm just saying,
I'm starving.
it's
I'd
free.
be like, yeah, well, if we weren't here, what would you be doing? Pipe down.
It's free.
What else you got to
But
do?
your bosses are the listeners, and they're telling you to fire them.
That's true.
I've been
So,
telling him this for forever.
Yeah, but I can't tell if they're 100% serious or they
Well,
just
Travis was
We
the
need it in
whistleblower.
writing.
Travis was the whistleblower on the N-word.
like, when someone
We
stands.
need it in writing with a notary stamp
know
that you're
the-
serious, that you want EJ fired.
When someone stands in a building and which, by the way, I've never seen happen in real life ever. And
What, somebody standing on the edge of a building?
Well, it was on so many shows and movies that I watched where you get on the side of the building. It would be like a suicide jumper.
Oh, you mean when you're standing and you're
Yes,
and
yeah.
you're up against the
And
wall
then
and
the
you're
cops-
only on the tiny ledge? and
Yes.
the cops has to
Well,
shimmy
that is
up.
one of the least ways to commit suicide.
Yeah, I know, but it was always depicted in every movie
And then
I've
the cop
seen.
shimmies out and he's like, hey, Johnny.
Yeah.
Let me talk to you for a second. Hey,
The negotiator.
you don't have to do this, man. You got a lot to live for. Yeah, I'm a lot like you.
But
I grew up in the streets. I didn't have a mom. I know what it's like out there.
But I also feel like in the 80s and
Oh,
the
he jumped.
70s,
Damn it.
like,
Didn't work.
But there was people that would suicide jumpers from buildings a lot more. Like,
people would
I've
yell
never
for
seen
them
it
to
now.
jump.
Well,
There's a lot of things in movies and shows you've never seen, Tom, in
I
real
don't-
life.
Well, I mean, when's the
You
last
yell
time
at me all the time about murder and rape.
Well, they go in and out of like
Well, it's rare.
style. Like jumping off buildings isn't as in style right now as fentanyl is.
So
Right.
my point being, the crowd inevitably starts chanting "jump," right?
Oh, what?
that happens. Like where the crowd
does.
back when
I've seen it on
in
a
the-
video
in the 80s and 70s.
I turned the video off. Like it's gross.
So so they would chant, but I don't think they really
No.
wanted them to jump. It's
They're
just,
trolling. It was
trolling,
before
yeah.
Facebook trolling. Yes.
So I think,
but
that,
I still don't like it.
That's the equivalent of what our listeners are doing to EJ. Is they're chanting to jump.
I got another
But
one.
when he does it, and like when we fire him, they're gonna be like, we didn't really mean it. Like now, what are you gonna do?
Well,
Voicemail
I mean,
again?
the easiest way. I mean, I would say, what about probationary period? Why don't we take a month off?
Well, his last one was
His last one was good, but I think that's like anything. That's like Maisie. Maisie's misbehaving. I get up in her ass. I'm like, what are you doing? She will
straighten
be perfect for a day. Then
It'll fall back down.
Yeah, back to normal. It's exactly what we did with Clear Channel when they told us to stop cursing in the podcast. We said, yes, sir. We did it for 1 week, and then we're like, and lazily we fell right back into being cursing
I think
animals.
we did it for like
2
4 weeks. Yeah, you're right. I think, but then we started saying the S word. We're like, that one's fine.
Yeah,
and
that
then
was fine. Then the F word, only one of them. We're like, 3 F words.
Yeah. Then it was a fast decline. Like we were
Well,
like,
then
oh,
we started. Then we got angry again.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care. Come get us. You know.
yeah.
Let's do
But
another
then-
voicemail. Here's another EJ one. I want to get these out of the way.
Yo, BDM Neil here. Listening to the possibly last Nerd Jock. I will say I do enjoy Nerd Jock, but I will take over for EJ and I'll do the research, man. I mean, there's a reason why I'm at the Dan Patrick School of Sportscasting. Well, I mean,
He is.
you know,
He is.
I would love to do sports research. I'll even throw fantasy pickups at the end of it. You know, I'm pretty solid at fantasy as well. I love fantasy. I'm trying to get into gambling, Tom. Let's make a gambling show, baby. Let's make it, baby.
There you go.
All right. So now, will you let us make fun of you as much as EJ
Right,
does?
that's part of the bit.
Neil would, yeah. He's a super fan.
Yeah.
That guy's been with us since day one. I think he
But
would.
do you look as goofy as EJ? That's the
No,
thing.
he's a handsome, like half Puerto Rican man.
Yeah. So that's not as fun, right? Like, if you're handsome, you're successful, you know about sports, like, then you tell us about the sports, and we're like, all right, that sounds pretty good.
I missed, full transparency, I missed your hand motion. Do you want us to wrap up?
We do
or-
have
Oh.
to take a break.
Oh, we
Oh,
do?
yeah.
We don't have to go to 40 on this one?
No.
We can if
no.
Evil Tom wants to.
Oh, evil
Oh,
Tom,
God,
yeah.
too late. They just tell. They're fine. I'm not even evil. I just
Man,
That's
you
what
are...
an evil guy
the
says.
whole
Yeah,
point
that
of the
is
game.
what evil guys say. Is, I'm not evil, and then they say it like Don Vito from Jaga from Bam Margera show.
Then I fly away in a dick rocket. Bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Samantha's here. Butler's here. The fish tank. Fantastic. It looks so good. Thank you to Top Shelf Aquatics. I don't give them enough love, Tom.
I know. It's crazy that we've had this fish tank for so long. We got at the beginning of the pandemic, and how has it been full for this long? That like I can't
Well,
believe.
it just got. It
I
took
mean,
us
we
a
missed
full
a lot.
year.
Yeah.
It took us a full year.
We
of
lost a
killing.
lot
We
on
did.
the way.
There was a lot
But
of
it-
collateral damage.
But
Yeah.
it didn't drain all the way empty yet, and
No.
that's surprising.
That is surprising.
and that's a win.
I'm surprised that it just isn't sitting there empty.
It was Mung City for
with-
2 weeks.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
you know, like most people do, they do this with exercise bikes and fish tanks. You do this where when you're not using it, then you take all the parts from it, whether it be the yoga mat that goes underneath it, the weights or everything, and you pile it all up around it as if you're going to take it somewhere to sell it. So like a fish tank, you take the guts, the pump and everything out, you put it inside the tank
Yes,
as
ma'am.
if to say, I give up. Right? That's
Yeah.
what you're
Yeah,
saying.
that's the ultimate
You put
give up,
everything
yeah.
inside.
The
My dad did
lights.
it. My dad had the octagon tank, and we just had goldfish.
Yeah.
And he got sick of taking that hose. You take that hose down, and he'd wiggle the hose down into the rocks, and it would suck the like you say, the string doo-doos. It'll suck the string doo-doos out of the rocks.
Yeah.
And then one day I just saw my dad, he drained the whole thing, and he just piled everything inside of it. And
Yeah.
I knew he didn't have to say a word to me. I knew he'd given up. It was
Yeah.
done.
Fish tanks, you become done with them in one day.
One day.
And then-
One day.
and then
It's
you-
like the life cycle of a fly.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
one day. Let's talk about our guest.
So our guest today is here to talk about the Orlando Comedy Festival this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Matt Gervia is here. How you doing, Matt?
Pretty good. I'm glad to be here to talk about this awesome event.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for coming in. This is really cool. 6th time you've done this?
Yep.
So, Matt, I noticed you have 2 toolboxes.
Yeah,
with
there's
you.
guns in there.
And you have a bag.
No one checked them?
Yeah.
No,
No, I don't check
Yeah,
anymore.
he
Okay.
brought it
It
in.
was horrible. I thought after yesterday's show, we basically said, hey,
Yeah, yeah.
come at us, bro, that I thought it was
Yeah, I'm
like...
still upset about that.
Yeah, I was a little bit too. I thought about that. It's the last thing I thought about before I fell into nightmares.
You walked in with like a bunch of duffel bags, like Arnold did when he robbed that Army-Navy store in
Yeah.
Commando.
I was thinking more along the lines of Al Pacino in Heat.
Oh,
Because
no.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're not watching on Twitch, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive, Matt is also wearing body armor. I don't know if you can see that.
You can't be too safe.
No, not these days. My God.
So, Matt, tell us about the Orlando Comedy Festival.
Well, like you said, it's the 6th year, and it's basically
Congrats.
a festival that gives opportunities for groups literally from around the country. Most of them are from Florida. We have literally every spot of Florida is represented. And they come and they do not just one type of improv. Because some of these types they've actually created. So we have one that's a Dungeons and Dragons version, which is kind of cool. We have one that is Spanglish. which is awesome. We had
Spanglish Improv?
yes.
That's pretty dope. I like that.
They did one last year where they did an entire show based on a Spanish soap opera.
Like a telenovela?
Yeah.
Novelle? Is that what they're called? Like, I like those, but I don't know. I don't speak Spanish, but I do enjoy. I love the passion. I love the love. I love the.
There's a lot of horniness.
Yeah, that's
good
what. You know
people,
what? Thank you. You put your finger on
and
it.
everybody's mad at one point.
Yeah, mad and horny.
Real mad and horny.
But they're very emotional, and everyone cries at some point.
Yeah.
But not just like cries like a normal person, like cries like they just took their heart out.
Yeah,
and they're crying. The makeup's all running. It was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't understand this, but something bad just
It's
happened.
a raw cry.
Yeah.
A real raw cry.
So before we move on, Matt, I want you to tell everybody how to get tickets. It's on iDrive.
Yes.
Where is it? The Venti Palms Resort?
Yes, it's right on iDrive. It's down by the Titanic Experience.
Okay.
Nice. Very cool.
Made it very accessible. There's tons of parking.
Not to be confused with this show, which people do also call the Titanic Experience, because it sinks everything.
tanking.
It's bad.
Basically, a weekend pass is $25. Again, making it affordable
Nice.
for everybody.
Nice, man.
If you can't do that, we do have, I think it's like $10 a day.
You're
Okay.
like EJ's wife. You're allergic to money when you do
Yeah.
your ticket prices.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, that's a value ticket. So what you so you're here and you're not. It doesn't sound like you're here to
You're not
steal
in it for
from
the money.
Yeah, you're not in it for the money. So
Correct.
Trying to figure out
I
why.
have been, for the last 6 years, I have been the sole sponsor of my own festival.
Oh my God, you poor man.
Because, well, I've gone to festivals where they had like, oh, we have 75 sponsors. And it's like, there are ads everywhere on everything. I was like, nah, I don't want that. I want it just to be a place
You're
to come and have
describing
fun.
a Tom and Dan event. I was just like, print the banners. There's no room for all the sponsors.
Put them on the back.
Put it small,
Yeah.
small.
Put all the sponsors on the back. I'll flip it halfway through the event. They get what they pay for.
Yeah, little signs that see other banner.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. No, I understand what you mean, because that's a delicate balance when you have something where. And I could be wrong in saying this, but where you have something that is your passion, which I believe improv and comedy is your passion, and then you try to even just the smallest amount of business and sprinkle that on top, it can get weird.
Oh, yeah.
It can get weird real fast.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of that, we were talking before the show, and Matt, you've been doing like an improv class at the library.
Yeah.
Which, again, we were just like gushing about the library
Yeah.
and how much
Massive
stuff they
fans.
offer for free, and like how much education.
OCLS.info.
Yeah, and all the training you can get for free. They just offer professionals training you, like a lot of times small classes. You know, it's
Not
insane.
to mention hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of equipment.
Well, and if you're out there and you do stuff on YouTube and TikTok and all that, they have the rooms there. They have a huge TV production area with a green screen that you can do anything at.
So I didn't know this. I didn't know you were actually teaching improv classes out of the
library. Yeah,
the library. Like, and this is no knock on anybody else's improv school, but I dare I say that all I would need to take your class would be my library card.
For the most part, I know that there are people outside of Central Florida that have come, and I guess they pay a small fee.
Yeah,
to the
you
library.
do.
Yeah, if you're not an Orange County resident, that's the thing. You do pay a small fee,
But it's super small.
It's
fee.
insanely
like,
small.
It's so small. It's like, why are you even doing it? It's not like you should charge more. That way, I would feel better. You know what I mean?
It is crazy.
Yeah, it is a little bit.
And a lot of your listeners, if they teach your kids at home, there are so many classes that are taught there that you could literally fill up what their needs are for homeschooling at the library.
Yeah.
You know, because my class is seen as a drama class, even though it's comedy. But they have cooking classes, you name it, sewing, how to use Word, how to use Microsoft, how to use Apple.
Yeah, let's talk about your class, though. How many students and so you've been doing this for how long again?
This week marks my 10-year anniversary with them.
Dude, that's it. That is really cool, man. That's super
it
impressive.
makes me feel old now.
Nah, but 10 years of doing something that you truly love and believe in. How many students would you say have come through your
We're
doors?
just about 4,000 students that we've taught improv.
That's mega impressive.
And it always gets me when I get emails from students going, I'm in Chicago now and I'm trying out for one of the big groups. I'm like, that's great.
So, Matt, I want to talk about because people hear improv, and a lot of people are like me, where they get nervous and immediately like, I would never do that. Like that's
Which is
out
ridiculous because he does it every day.
out of my comfort zone. I'm embarrassed of getting in front of people. Embarrassed about the idea
And you
of
picked the
imagination.
wrong job.
I hate
Why did you-
imagination. I hate fantasy.
Why did he pick this job?
No, all the and a lot of people and they're like, well, I'm not going to be Drew Carey, so what do I need to take an improv class for? But you need to take it for all the reasons I just said, is because this all makes you feel uncomfortable, and you're not good at that kind of thing. So you should open yourself, because that will help you in other aspects of your life and in business.
Trust me, I've seen Tom
sales, whatever you
hit the nail on the head. Sales. I have seen Tom in a sales meeting with a client where you have had to go into instant improv mode and create a bit.
It's almost like I'm making things up, like they're all lies.
It is almost like that.
Well, that's
it's almost like, exactly like
I'm
that.
just saying things as
it's almost
I go.
Like you're just telling them what they want to hear.
I'm unprepared, and I'm just telling them what they want to hear.
But it works.
And feeding them their dreams.
Yeah.
So anyway,
you're the Wayne Brady of business prop.
Exactly.
He's the Wayne Brady of business prop.
Yeah, you got to change your looking at it. It's not lying.
Yeah.
It's improv.
Yeah. It's like when the guy knocks on your door and is selling you the alarm system. It's like, man, this guy can talk. He's like, he's saying everything I want to hear.
Sometimes I buy it just because they're so good. I'm like, I don't even need it, but man, you're good.
Like, this will clean all the stains out of my carpets, and he's clearly doing it.
Look at this.
Well, you know what? When people go to take classes, the biggest things they learn is the core of improv is yes and. You yes and everything, because that opens up opportunities that you have no idea are sitting there waiting. And it changes you as a person. It's not just, I'm going to learn to be funny. It's not about that. Funny will happen on its own. And that's one of the biggest things people learn is like, I don't know how to be funny. It's like, oh, your body does it every single day. You just don't realize it. And once you show that to them and their confidence builds, they realize that you are truly unstoppable at what you want to do.
Also, I was going to bring up, like, even beyond, like, say you're not in sales, or you're like, well, my job is not, this is not going to help me in my job, which most likely it will, though, because everybody has a job. Like, even with talking to customers, anything, improv helps. But also just having a conversation with another human. Like, there are so many people that I've talked to at, like, just parties or randomly, that are horrible at having a conversation and shut down. Speaking of yes and, like, you'll be like, I'm like, hey, you like this? And they're like, nope, I don't like. And then it's a no and a lot of
not really.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
One word answers,
not
and then
really.
It's like, well, you're horrible to talk to. You're uninteresting, and this has not been a pleasant experience. Like, don't you want to have that ability as a human being to have someone enjoy a conversation with you? Because a lot of it's improv and yes and, right?
Wouldn't you like to know what it feels like to make someone smile? One time?
There's plenty of people that have had bad conversations with people, with adults, and then you're just like, well, that was unpleasant. I won't do that again. And then you just move on. It's like, don't you want to be the person that has a quality conversation with someone? Like, yeah, that was good. That was a good talk.
Guy. You want to be like that.
Yeah. And
where
improv will help you.
Like in work, is it always gets me the number of people that are working today that are afraid of the same thing, and that's going into the boss's office and asking for a raise, or a day off.
Most people will just avoid it.
Oh, totally.
The only time I asked for a raise, I got the raise.
Yeah.
Did you ask yourself?
No, not here. I mean, like when I was working for a company. Yeah, I should have prefaced. Yeah, here if I asked for a raise, Tom would be like, "Well, then I get one too," and I'd be like, "We can't afford it." I'd be like, "Okay." Well, and then he'd be like, "Get out of here! I'm in my thinking box, doing math." But yeah, I went in there and I asked for a raise, and he's like, "Okay." It was like, "All right, no big deal."
And those are the type of things that improv and like getting out of your comfort zone will help you with, like learning how to, and then like. There's so many times, and even in like business and sales and other stuff, where you have to be quick on your feet when a client asks you for something. Like, it's hard to be prepared all the time. So, like, in almost nearly impossible if you have like multiple clients or multiple people where they ask you like, hey, what's up with this or what happened with this? You're gonna be quick on your feet, because if you hem and haw and like you look unprofessional and you don't look like you got your S together. Like, seriously, most of it is like if they ask a question to you, you being able to answer or come up with something like, and a lot of people, because of lack of practice,
normally I go, I don't have a good answer for that. I'll have to get back to you.
Yeah. I do. There's a part of my company where we do corporate gigs, where we go out to like say the convention center, and I do like a 2 or 3 hour workshop with all of the employees, and it always gets me where people, no matter your age, they're all held back by this. So the things that I teach them is, one, work together. Because together you are stronger than just one person.
Write down work together.
She's taking notes.
Yeah, this is free. He's doing this free.
But get them up and play. Because you learn more playing and doing than just by looking at notes. And one of the things I do with all my corporate stuff is I have a photographer there. And while we're doing all this, they take pictures because the company will send out the pictures to all the employees, and they'll have them on their screen thing on their computer, and or maybe they'll have them framed. But every time you see that photo, it brings back the entire workshop.
Right.
Because that's how our brain works. And it literally, it changes these teams to know that they can speak up, when they have an idea, and not to be afraid of the idea. Because sometimes the craziest idea is what's needed.
Yeah, we have that here, but I do not implement that with Butler because all of his ideas are terrible, and they're all impossible to accomplish. They're all it's like when you ask your daughter, I'm like, Maisie, what do you want to be when you grow up? And she's like, Maleficent. I'm like, yeah, you can't.
That's not real.
You can't. It's not a real thing. Like.
Also,
Rainbow Dash. No, that's a pony.
I'm glad you brought up Butler because I was going to ask you.
He's a child actor too.
Well,
that's true.
I would like
he got headshots. He didn't act in anything.
Do you think Matt would prov with Butler? With the puppets?
Butler is horrible at improv.
Wow.
And I'll only say that because...
Let's send him to the class.
Now, I'm not 100% sure of this.
He's a child actor, sir. I feel like...
He didn't. He took a headshot.
I think you guys should have...
He was in Dawson's Creek.
I feel like you guys should have a prov off.
He sat at a cafe and pretended to talk to someone behind the background.
No.
But so... I think choppers are bad at improv because
chirpers are good at improv.
Yes, chirpers are
my
great.
middle name might as well be Yes and Jones. But that's me.
Choppers, they chop the prov as you
He's chopping prov.
They chop the yes and then
it's just
it doesn't go anywhere. Like Butler's done it to me when I bring him in and then he has a good story. I'm like, hey, what happened with that? It's like, I don't know. He'll chop it. You're chopped it short. You have to expound on something. Yes, and keep it going. Don't just tell me I went to a wedding, beer pong. I'm like, no, do the thing you just did in the office where we laughed and you had the whole thing.
I can't do it twice.
Yeah, it's a one and done.
Yeah. Maybe that's the way.
If that was a cartoon, they'd literally have a bubble where it would play it out like there's two people getting married, and then they're just beer pong.
I know.
Exactly. Now you know how we feel.
So, anyway, my point being, improv can help everybody. I feel like in any
Chat
job.
room disagrees with you because he lies to us daily about all the stuff he's done in his life.
Is he lying or is he just being creative?
Well, a little of both, baby. He is creative. That's the thing. He's a master faux finisher. He's a prop builder.
But
good painter and artist, very good at Photoshop.
Are you lying if it didn't actually happen, but you believe it happened? Because that's what I think.
No, it happened in your mind.
That's a mental problem.
He believes the stuff
Every
he's
night
telling
when
us.
I close my eyes, I believe I'm Disney's The Rocketeer. Remember that movie? Remember The Rocketeer with the leather jacket? I close my eyes, I'm like, I'm the Rocketeer.
So, Matt, in this festival, you also got stand-up comedians, and so...
God, you guys got everything. Improv, stand-up.
Okay, so a typical improv show, explain to me, because I think most people are thinking what they've seen on with Drew Carey's, what's the show?
Whose Line Is It
Whose
Anyway?
Line, yeah. And then so they think, when they think improv show, they're thinking of that. Because that's what most people have seen, right?
Yeah, probably right.
The majority. So what are most shows? Are they like that or,
From every spot of Florida and throughout the country, there are different variations. And some of them have created their own game. So some of them will play with the audience. Like I love playing with the audience because I make the show more about an experience rather than you just watching. And there are shows out there that it's meant for you just to watch. There are two-man or two-women shows where they're playing two characters and everything's improvised, the whole story.
So they just start with the character. Do they give you a rundown of here's this character A, character B, or you've learned that as they just go?
Normally they come to the audience. They say, what's a relationship? And they'll give you a relationship, okay? And they may ask for a name. Whatever they ask for, the audience will give them, and that's what they build on. And I mean, it also depends if it's one long scene for that show or if it's say 12 or 15 games. Some of these games, they'll bring audience members up on stage.
That'd be fun.
There's a game that I love playing with people. It's called Categories, where you have everybody up on stage. all the players. You get a few audience members up there, and
you sort them, right? You're like, all the fat people here, all the skinny people. No, I'm kidding. That would be horrible if you did that.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
I sort by race. So.
I do too.
I mean, that's the natural way.
It's the natural sorting.
Yeah. I mean, prisons do it. So
Well, with a game, you literally go to the audience and say, "Give me a category, something to list." They might say, types of cars. Now you're going to each player pointing to them. When you point to them, they have to give you a type of car. Nobody can repeat, or they're dead. And you just go back faster and faster
I like
until they
that.
keep coming out with things. And
see, you're competitive. I think you would like
Yeah.
that. You're competitive. You hate it when you lose trivia here, and you hate trivia.
is there like
That's true.
at this? I guess everybody is performing at this stage in their career. There's no way they just go, "Oh God, I got nothing." Like they never have nothing, right?
You go.
Yeah.
that happens all the time.
Really?
One of the worst things is in your head, you have an answer. The person next to you gets called and they use your answer. Now you have nothing.
You gotta have 3.
So then they point to you and you're like, and nothing comes out, and that's how you die.
You gotta always be. You gotta have 3 floating around in there at all times.
So there's a variety of different kind of shows.
Correct.
But a lot of it's kind of like freestyle rapping where you have to prove that it's a true freestyle or it's not as impressive, right? So that's why a lot of improv goes with like, hey, throw out things from the audience.
Right.
So you prove that
That's
we've not
it.
rehearsed
It's almost
this,
like a
right?
magic trick at that
Right.
point.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, I'm proving to you that I'm wittier than you.
Well, because like you've seen a lot of like freestyle rappers where
I
they'll
haven't really.
well, I'm saying they'll do a freestyle and you're
Yeah.
like, that's you
on
were
Swade's show, and
Yeah,
then
it's
it's
not-
something they've already written.
Yeah,
They just memorized it.
You
Yeah.
memorize and rehearse this. It's not like coming, and then you see what
Anybody can do that. Dead in the middle, little did we know that we riddle with middlemen who didn't do diddly. Like anybody can just start.
Yeah.
I don't
that
think
is
Tom
true.
can do that.
You can just minimize. You just remember it. You just say it.
That sounds like me saying the Declaration of Independence.
But there's an improv game where it's called Bad Rap, where you have to rap but not rhyme.
Oh,
That's just
and-
talking.
Oh my God. Well, you got Eminem right in front of you. Look at this guy.
I'm the king of that.
This guy can crush. My
Call me the
God.
cipher of Bad Rap.
And I'll be that other guy, the dumb guy in the movie. Here's the dumb guy. In the
Oh, the big fat dodo.
No, the guy the crazy guy that's Eminem's buddy who's like wild. And he gets into fights all the time.
Well, there's a little
like dog
scrappy-
leg. His name's like dog leg or something.
Yeah.
you
But
know?
then there's a big dumb oaf, right?
Yeah.
Like there's that.
No, you're thinking of the Ed Norton movie, the big dumb fat Nazi.
Oh yeah,
The big dumb guy. Donkey Lips the Nazi.
Why was I thinking of Donkey Lips? Anyway, sorry.
What's that Donkey Lips from Salute Your Shorts? Isn't he a Nazi in the
American History X?
Yeah, American History X. Yeah, he's Donkey Lips the Nazi.
He is.
Or Adolf Donkey Lips.
That was the last thing he did, right? I never saw.
Well, once your Donkey Lips, the only thing you can play after that is Nazis. No, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he did. He's buff
And now
now.
he's buff. He was on Rogan.
Oh yeah,
He's taking. He's
coming back.
Yeah, he's taking all the supplements and whatnot.
So-
So what's in the cases here?
Yeah.
Show me your guns.
So my company right now is called Power to Improv. And,
Okay.
so that's like the umbrella over everything that I do. I have another company that's called the Monster Company, and I make monster puppets.
What?
I have small ones I'm going to show you right now, but I also have larger ones where one hand will go into to control the head and the mouth. The other hand actually goes in, and his whole arm and hand is a glove that you go into. And now he can talk and hold a mic.
Well, hold
and-
on a second. Now you're getting into some Muppets type stuff, and that's where it gets off the rails.
Yeah.
Because that's real puppets.
I have a monster puppet that I made. His name is Toby, and he likes doing stand-up. The only thing is he steals all my material.
I like that.
So I'm like, oh, my days of doing stand-up is over because he's taking it all. But
this is cool. I dig it.
So right now I have 42 monsters. I have a room this big just full of
puppets.
Puppets.
Tom hates puppets. I don't know if you can see.
No, I
his-
don't.
I don't know if you can see how uneasy he got.
No,
but he's like,
it's
puppets.
Puppets.
Let me
no,
guess.
well,
puppets are for babies.
No, I understand. No, I mean all the puppeteers.
I love doing voices for puppets. Can I play with your
Well,
puppets?
this is what I'm going to do. Because I am a maker of puppets, I have made you both your own.
How cute.
What?
The reason why they're in cases so that they don't get flattened, and that along this journey you're going to find things for them. All my puppets have glasses, they have bow ties. I'm going to show you one of my, that he's dressed as Robin, and that's how he goes to the Orlando MegaCon. And basically I get interacting with Batman with him because the Batmobile only has one seat, so that means that Robin has to sit in the trunk.
I never thought about
the
that.
villains all
I
love
always
to
thought he
mess
was
with him.
sitting on the floorboard, like pushing the gas and brake, like
So-
and other things.
So these are for you guys. This is yours.
All right.
Okay.
I hope yours has a
Now-
bomb in it. I hope yours is ricin.
So you guys get to keep these. They're yours.
Can I open it up?
Well, of course. How else are you going to see it?
Open it up now. Okay. Oh, this is so dope. Oh my God, this is like a. Oh yes. Hold on.
So I figured these are like your inner monster, like things that you don't want to get in trouble for. Your monsters can do.
Oh, I love my monster.
I don't know about this. I don't know if I want to be a podcaster like Daniel. He's so crazy.
Oh, I love this.
This is your calling. This is your calling.
Best thing you ever get.
And that starts Daniel's kid show. You can see it online.
Hey, Daniel.
Yeah. What's up, Stinky?
I don't know if Tom's going to be down with the puppets and the voices. He doesn't like it very much. And he certainly's looking at me like he wants to punch me in the face.
No,
Yeah, don't worry about him. He's just rough around the edges.
I almost started chanting, "Make me a bird." So
You're not even doing yours,
not
dude.
well, I don't know how to hold it.
You put your hand in the
It's a
puppet.
goddamn puppet. What do you need to know about it?
He's never used a
What-
puppet before.
What you'll
Yeah,
find is when you put
I'm not
put your
joking.
hand inside where the mouth is, there's actually a little loop that your finger goes through. So this way you never lose grip on making
Yeah.
your mouth talk.
You put your middle finger in the loop.
Hold on. Oh, it's in the top.
Yep.
Hold on.
Oh my God.
I thought there was only supposed to be
How do you put
one
on condoms?
What a sailor.
What voice do you want for this one, Sam?
The one you were doing was really good.
I was thinking.
No, the higher pitched.
How you pitch like that?
Yeah,
It's
I like
almost like
that
an
one.
Elmo.
It is pretty close to Elmo.
So
Let's go.
Oh my God.
get the hell out of here, Butler.
Yeah, Joe, you
Don't
gotta
film
do a
this.
voice. Mine looks like a stoner. He's like, hey, what's up?
I thought there was
Oh, I
supposed
like
to be
that
only
one.
one
Oh,
stick.
man.
Like traditionally, in there one stick.
Well, I mean, if you only had one hand, bro.
Yeah.
But I've got two hands. That's why I've got two
And
sticks.
their fingers are posable. So, you know.
Why don't you have some fun in your life for once, bro?
Okay, so
You are so lame.
Matt.
Yes.
This is the funnest Daniel's ever had. By the way,
yeah, I'm so stoked. I can't wait to go home and like.
Well,
talk.
this is the thing. This is the secret about puppets. You take them home, you play with the kids, and what's going to happen is something very magical. And I know it just sounds weird because it's magical, but you will find your puppet's soul, and how you find their soul will control everything. Big Bird, his soul is all about wonder and asking questions. Elmo is all about giving hugs.
And my soul, man, my soul's all about eating pussy, man. I eat so much pussy.
Come on, I guess. Well, I was just saying that for the Matt.
I don't know.
You're promoting his comedy
I'm
festival.
finding the soul, Tom.
I'm
finding the soul.
I feel like I'm driving to go pick up my sons. I'm like, hey, kids, I want to see this puppet soul.
Don't say that. Also, you made Tom's
Get in
puppet
the back.
almost like Oscar the Grouch, and he's quite the Grouch.
Look how boring his puppet is. His puppet has just got like green fur.
Yeah.
My guy's crazy and all kooky.
Okay, so Matt,
Hey, man.
so I'm sure you give courses and classes about how to properly do
You
this,
have
right?
to do the interview as the puppet, Tom.
No, okay. Well, I want to figure out. You got to teach me how to do it because honestly, I'm not even joking.
He's struggling with the arms there.
I may have never put on a puppet before, and like never.
Okay. Look, I don't get serious on the show.
It's all right, you're a puppet virgin. It's all right.
My purpose is not to ever get serious on the show. But I'm going to pause for a second and just say that hearing you say, I may have never put a puppet on my hand, that's sort of sad, bro. That's a little sad.
Hold on, man.
And I did grow up with puppets. My mom had puppets. She was a librarian. We did this kind of stuff. Yeah, I like this kind of stuff. It's fun. And I'm sorry. I won't make fun of
No, I'm just saying, like,
I won't make fun of you anymore
I'm
because
like,
it got
I'm
real.
talking. You can see that I'm talking. So,
Hey, man, I'm sorry you didn't ever worn a puppet before, bro. It's making me really sad and bumming me out. It's really making me want to eat some pussy, bro.
come on, you're making Samantha work too hard.
I'll do it.
So, Matt, how? First off, where do you start from? Where do you get over the block that I'm having right now of even trying to have fun? Matt, just start. How do you like
How do you
fun?
have fun, Matt?
I've never seen a
explain-
guest that's ever come into the show before that's been so polarizing. And what I mean by that is a compliment, where you've made me literally the happiest boy in Orlando, and you've made him the most confused. I've never seen that. We've never had a guest this polarizing.
So, like, where do we start?
Well, just like what Daniel's doing, you literally just sit there and just start letting him talk and talk to him. When you talk to him, make him look at
Yeah, maybe
you,
just work with the mouth first, and then we'll get to the hands.
This is the thing he hates the most, though, is to pretend like watch
make
this.
believe.
Like me doing this, like, hey, what kind of sandwich you eat today?
I went to Arby's and I had a big Montana, and it was so good.
Like that?
Yeah,
you would die doing that, right?
He's show ready.
Yeah, he's ready to go.
I mean, look at him.
What does that mean?
Look at his shirt. He's wearing tie-dye shirt.
He looks like a Muppet.
I do look like
he used
a
to do
Muppet.
this with like his mom and the puppet
I
shows.
did.
Like he did this. He made voices. He does the thing.
As we're talking, his resume is being updated, going puppeteer.
Hey, watch this, man. This is how I pump my wife.
No, come on. So
This is too much fun. This is mine to keep, for real?
Yes.
Oh, my God. You made me the happiest man. This is like better than my wedding day. This is fantastic.
So I got to start by talking to
Yeah.
it. To the
See how you make him talk? Now,
okay, well, I understand that, man. Well, it's for me. I understand the concept of you move the mouth and it talks, but
You got to come up with a character, a voice,
What's his name?
a personality.
well, okay. I'm going Greeny.
All right, that's very creative, Greeny.
God damn, you're like my daughter. What's the snail's name? Snaily. Like, you bitch. It's not.
What? You said it with, you can't go, it can't be
right.
wrong. You said it what's
Yeah,
the name?
let's not be
His
too
name
critical.
is Staley.
now I'll tell you
I'm
that,
with Maisie.
a lot of people think that when you do puppets, you have to, not look like you're talking. You do the ventriloquist stuff.
Yeah.
I am not a believer of that. If you've ever seen the Broadway show Avenue Q,
Yeah.
if you haven't, you have to see that because it's adult puppets in a whole Broadway show. And their whole thing was, we're going to talk right here next to the puppet, but we're going to make the puppet look so alive, we disappear. And I do that times where I'm just shocked where I'm like, I'm a big guy. And they're looking at the puppet and asking questions of the puppet and they can't see me. Their brain did that. You know?
Literally where your brain will just substitute the you for the puppet, and then you're like, oh, that's the puppet talking.
Yeah, and it's being interactive. It's being bringing motion with their arms. And yeah, you can use both arms. It takes a little practice.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
it's so
this is why
hard.
my brain can't do that. I just look straight at the human talking. I'm like, that's him. There's like magic tricks. I'm like,
I figured it out. You're not the puppet. All right.
Oh my
next.
God!
All right, so
Come out to my ice cream truck. It's right outside.
Yeah, I like that.
all right, I'm gonna try this for Matt and for the effort of having fun.
Give it a go, man.
And also do it. Think about your boys. How you're going to introduce this puppet to them? 'Cause they're going to
Yeah.
lose their mind.
They're going to love it.
So
They're going to be fighting over it.
It's easier if I pretend like I'm talking to my boys. Can I
Yeah,
do
do
that?
that.
All right, because if I
Pretend that
can't,
Butler is Tommy right
like
here.
I don't like entertaining myself. It's like what is that for? All right, so here we go. Okay. Hey, Tommy and Max. What do you like? Would you rather die of cancer at age of 70 or be murdered at 80? Think about it.
Oh, it's a murder puppet. Okay, I got it.
You're okay.
Interactive.
I don't know about that, man.
So,
You ain't ever gonna eat pussy.
he's ruining it, Matt. I can't do it.
It's just
if he's keeps saying that.
It's just too fun to curse with a puppet over here. I'll stop. I'll promise.
Well, this is
I
the
got
thing.
it, Sam. Just give me the time
It's
code.
something that doesn't happen within moments. It does take time to work on because, like Elmo, actually was thrown in the trash because if you listen to on YouTube, the original shows with Elmo in it, and it was some big guy with a deep voice. They got tired of it and threw him away. The intern took him home, found his voice. He became Elmo.
Look at that.
So
That's a hell of an origin story.
I kind of want to hide when I do this. Is that can I? Because I want to do.
Go under the desk and then put Greenie in front of the Twitch
let
camera.
me take off my joggers.
Like, is it because I?
Yeah, you
okay.
feel like people are looking at you. You feel uncool. I get it.
Yeah. Because
just pretend you're on your one wheel. Think about
I get that's for me. I don't think
Dude,
other
I'll
people.
give you $100 bill if you'll ride your one wheel with a puppet on your hand
Yes.
and do this while you're going down the road.
Right by Castleberry Elementary.
Oh, don't do that.
Gun me down.
It's a pedophile. The pedophile of the future.
So,
You gotta try a different voice too. That was just your voice, by the way.
well, that's what I have a problem because you're
Maybe
looking
I'll
at
do
me.
the tomboy. Hi, God.
Everyone look
Hi,
away
Brian.
from Tom as he does Greenie.
Well, I'll go under the desk
Okay.
and I'll bring the
All
mic
right.
and then I'll talk
There
to
he
you
goes.
guys.
All right, you can see this all twitch.tv/Tom and Dan Live or on YouTube. Search Tom and Dan Live. You can see all
We
of our
could just
puppets.
close our eyes and we don't see it.
No, I'll go down here.
Okay, you got to
Am
go.
I out of the camera view?
Yeah, you're out. Yeah,
Okay, hold
that's
on.
good.
Let me.
You got to put him up high. Okay, that's good. Oh, man, this might be the way we do the show from now on.
I love it.
Okay, you're in. Yeah, where you were in. Okay.
What's everybody's puppets' names?
My puppet's name is.
My name's Mr. Snarts.
I'm Max.
I'm Greenie.
Hey, Greenie.
Hey, Greenie, what's up? It's Mr. Snarts. You want to buy some cocaine?
Hey, Mr. Snarts. What do you like doing?
I like cocaine. And
Yeah.
something that I said I wouldn't say anymore because Sam gets mad.
Hey, Max.
Yes.
What's going on, bro?
Not much. Just here hanging out, chilling with the bros.
All right. I noticed you have those toolboxes pretty clean for toolboxes. My pop-up wouldn't like that.
Oh, you want it dirty? I can dirty it up.
I like it dirty.
I like it dirty. I like it dirty too, man.
Oh.
Let's have an orgy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ugh.
Suck my green cock.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. You like it when I'm pumping you, Greedy? Oh, yeah.
That's what we need. We need
Daniel's
dirty
fault.
puppets.
I know.
It's
Hold
fun,
on.
isn't it?
Hold
It's fun,
on.
isn't it? I told you it's fun.
We can't even air that.
Yeah, we can. We can air all of this. We just have to.
Man,
you
it's
just need,
Daniel's
like-
fault because I feel
I'm getting
his
hot now.
energy
Oh, God.
and I feel him wanting to go dirty.
Yeah, it's
So
fun.
he's making me go dirty. I wanted to. I can't. You know what it is? I don't think I could do improv with anybody else but you.
Yeah.
And
That's the way I set it up.
you're the mastermind.
I've engineered it's a foolproof plan that you can only do improv with me. No one else.
So
You're mine now.
So Matt, do you find
I'm too hot. I'm laughing and I don't know what's happening right now.
other people like it's hard to be okay to be honest, we do, me and Daniel do improv every day. We don't know where we're going, but we get into that comfort zone of that.
Yep.
So it's like I'm comfortable with that, but super uncomfortable with this, which kind of makes me want to take one of these classes or do this because
Yes, I
I'm
knew you were
scared of
gonna-
it.
yep.
I'm terrified of getting on stage or even being with strangers, even with you. Like I'm nervous.
But if you got past the block because of what you do, I think you'd actually end up being really good at it because it would be so difficult. But once you got past it, I think you'd be free. I really do.
And if you've only seen, then honestly, start a TikTok channel just with him. And it's him going on there giving advice about something. And you're going
We
to find
have a TikTok channel.
And hold on a second. This is I don't believe
Greenie's advice.
I don't believe in much, but what does Tom love?
TikTok?
money.
Well, money is the
Okay,
same
okay.
color.
Uh-huh.
What does Tom love? He's in his backyard, his plants.
Oh, yeah.
What color is
Oh,
Greenie?
yeah, give
Green.
us some plant
Why don't
advice.
you do plant advice or Greenie? He's
There
a
you
green
go.
thumb, green Greenie, Greenie,
There
Greenie, the
it
green thumb.
is.
It all weaves together. I don't believe in much, but that's
Greenie with the green thumbs.
that's a little too perfect for you, man.
So Matt, let me ask you some like honest improv advice because I feel myself like when me and Daniel are talking or whatever, I constantly look for whatever the most like funniest thing or ridiculous or like what could be the most entertaining thing at this particular time to make someone laugh, right? But and a lot of improv, like you said, it doesn't have to be go for the joke at every single time. Just go with the story or keep it going, the conversation going, the scene going, or whatever. Don't necessarily jump towards funny at all times.
There'll be times that you'll do something and the audience will just break up laughing going, what did I say?
Because you didn't
get
even you didn't mean for it to be funny,
Correct.
and it just naturally happens. I guess
They want Greenie's gambling advice. That's not a bad idea. A puppet that
Twitch
gives
is asking for it.
yeah, a puppet that gives you gambling advice. Not a bad idea.
so. Okay, when you how do you know when to end a scene too? Because when you're like for instance, when me and Dana are doing
That's
this,
a great question.
There's a
'cause
time period.
I don't think I know.
Yeah, because you constantly want to keep it going. So when you're trained to do yes and, how do you know when it's done? Because ending at the right time is also a skill to learn. Because
Correct.
you could make it go on too long, no matter how funny it is or whatever. It has to have an ending.
Or can't you diminish? Maybe you hit a climax, you hit a joke that was so darn delicious and great, and then you continued, and it almost we should have ended on that.
When you're on stage, it's not just you. So anyone that's on stage with you, literally, they do this, and the lights go out. It ends that scene. So it's not all the pressure's not on you. The ending is going to come when it's supposed to. Now, could it go too long? Yeah, and after the show, we'll go, okay, that went like 2 beats too long. And over time, you'll learn that when you hit that high note and everyone laughs, you end it.
You'll feel it.
Yeah.
We do that then. We do that naturally. It's funny that came because we'll know.
Yeah, when something's like, done.
Yeah,
Right here.
or we'll know when to shift. It's extremely, well, I say it's extremely similar. It is exactly the same thing, except we're just not on a stage. We don't have a puppet.
Well, you'll know because you finish chapter 1, and if you go too long, you go into chapter 2. So
Gotcha,
you want to finish at the end of chapter 1.
So how long does it take to make a puppet like this?
These are great.
These guys here, about, if I have time, which is something I don't normally have, about 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Because you got to give them time to because you use everything from glue and sewing, and you want to make sure, like the eyes are set and so they don't come off, because that'd be horrible.
Yeah. So are there any puppets in this weekend show, like any improv groups?
I know that the Society Circus from Miami, which is an amazing group, they have a puppet, and what they do is they have several props that they actually give out to the audience, and the audience decides when they enter the games in the show. So they may be doing a scene, and they can literally walk up and give the puppet, and now the puppet's now in the scene, and now it's a full-on character.
Oh, that's cool.
So each of these groups that come out, the shows are 100% different, even though it's improv, and it's crazy.
I feel like, is this like all ages thing too? Or you suggest?
The only thing is that the stand-up can be a little blue.
Yeah. Sure.
But they're not going to be like, crazy with it.
Yeah, not like my puppet.
Not like what happened today.
Mr. Snarts. Yeah, Mr. Snarts is out of control.
It's funny, I got a message from your puppet saying he wants to be in the festival now.
So you could probably bring your 12-year-old or older than that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're fine.
Yeah, I mean, there are different variations of improv, but we all do shows everywhere, so they're family friendly. If it was anything other than that, they would be advisories up. Because our biggest thing is to let people experience these different types of improv and have fun and laugh. Because in today's day and world, laughter is something that's needed a lot, because way too many people are so serious.
Yeah.
And it's the one thing I constantly battle against, not being pulled into a discussion on Facebook and all something like, none of that matters. And you bring out a puppet. It's like, hey, wait, who cares? Let's make cookies.
Yeah. I like the puppet way.
Don't look at my Facebook. All vaccine.
There are different, total different experiences if dealing with an adult and dealing with a child. I always laugh when how adults are what I call puppet racist. If I have a green puppet, they'll go, oh, it's Oscar the Grouch. I'm like, ma'am, that's being racist. We're not all Oscar. Sorry.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
or they'll see a blue one, like, oh, come over here, kids. It's Cookie Monster's. Like, how dare you?
That's good. Puppet racist.
But,
that's something I can get into.
You did do a weird racist Mexican voice for a minute there. It kind of went that way, and I was like,
that's my TikTok. Greenie the racist Mexican.
You know what? TikTok, 1 million followers.
Yeah, I'm making nothing.
Oh, Matt, thanks for coming in, man.
Thank you, guys.
We really
This is
appreciate
awesome.
it. Saturday, October 2nd. Or wait, Friday, October 1st. Saturday, October 2nd. 2 days, $25 for the weekend pass, correct? And you can see all kinds of great improv, all kinds of great stand-up. And where's it at again? I don't have my glasses.
It's on iDrive.
Yeah, it's the, where'd it go?
Well, where can people
Avante Palms Resort and Convention Center,
There we go.
right on iDrive. And, again, I'm all about opportunity. And if there's somebody out there saying, you know what, I'm not working, I have no way to even afford this as a luxury for me, on our site we have a page for volunteers. If you want to come and see the shows, you sign up as a volunteer, you'll help seat people, take tickets, and you get to see the shows too.
That's a great deal.
Yeah,
come help out for a little bit and then go see some shows.
What website should people go to?
Well, you'll see everything if you go to my website, which is Power to Improv. It's the number 2.
Okay.
On there, you'll see everything about my improv shows, the conventions that we're doing, the festival. You'll see everything about the monsters are on there. You'll actually see photos of my monsters and the ones that we did at the library when we have a class there of these kids that made puppets that I'm looking at their parents going, do not let them stop doing this. That they made puppets that were just so amazing. I'm telling you right now, they're gifted.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. And I would send them patterns. Like, here's a regular pattern for a puppet. You get to put the eyes and all that on there, but this is how you make it.
That's awesome, man.
Once you learn to make something, you can't forget that.
Yeah.
So power, the number 2, improv.com.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, Matt, thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Appreciate the time. Thanks for coming in. Thank you for the puppets.
Yep.
I love Mr. Snarts. He has a great home.
Again, the Orlando Comedy Festival 2-day event, Friday and Saturday this weekend. Check out power2improv.com for tickets and everything else, and we will see you in a little bit. Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Quickly going to jump into your voicemail messages. Let's try this one. Oh my God! Hold on.
I like it with the music too.
No, you can't do the music with. Oh my God! What have I done?
It's Mr. Snart's intro music.
No, it's not Mr. Snart's the Puppet's intro music. It's Daniel screwing everything up. Tom loves it. Nothing he loves more than me.
Because it makes you so mad at yourself.
Dan and Sam.
So mad.
I was listening to the recent BDM show, and you're talking about that girl who went missing and such. Well, 2 quick things. First, when I mentioned the story to my mom, if she'd heard it, she was like, oh, yeah, it's so terrible. And then she started talking about how she would hide me instantly, and I was like, oh, Jesus. Secondly, same person, my mother. She does the Uber Eats for some extra cash. She says the other day she had a delivery. It was to the laundry guy's parents. Didn't tip, so they're definitely hiding a murderers. Bye-bye.
Apparently, this guy's mom delivered some Uber Eats to the
laundry home?
Brian Laundrie's home, his parents' home.
What do you mean?
Well, they can't leave their house because there's protesters out there every single day, so they have Uber Eats come deliver them lunch.
So this guy's mom...
Oh,
his last name's Laundry.
Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Sorry,
yeah.
Laundry throws everybody off. I said this to my wife the other night. I was like, what's going on with the laundry case? She's like, I do laundry every week. And I'm like,
yeah. When you said Byron's Laundry, I was like,
I
a store?
It's a thing.
I was like, why is that weird?
It is a thing. The guy's last name kind of makes it a weird thing to say. I just say the what's her last name? I'm blanking. Petito. Just say that instead. But yeah, so I guess this guy's mom does Uber Eats and delivered some food. I'd like to know what the order was.
Right, me too.
Call back in, sir, with the order. I want to know what the order was. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm not, look, they're who they are. I don't know these people. I just want to know what they got.
I think they got some Outback Steakhouse.
What do you eat when you're hiding your son? Possibly.
Cracker Barrel to go.
It is interesting because how can you eat that much?
I don't have an appetite.
I'd be sick to my stomach.
Dude, I don't have an appetite when things
He's going to go to jail forever.
When things go wrong.
Well, he's been gone for a week and a half now. They think he's home and clear, right? He's free and clear.
No, they'll catch him. You can't.
I mean, they probably will, but the parents probably think they've done a good job, right?
The internet will catch him.
Well, I mean, obviously the parents should think they did a horrible job based on the fact that they're embroiled in this case.
Yeah, I mean, I'd make a sizable.
You didn't do a good job.
I mean,
I'd make
as far as getting him away from the authorities so far, they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, but you can only hide for so long. I would make a sizable bet that they catch him within the next month.
Let's take bets.
Do you think it'll be longer than a month?
It's possible.
Like, I will say he's being caught before October.
He had a hell of a head start, and he knows his way around the Appalachian Trail, and he survived on his own for a while.
I say they catch him before November 1st. Do you want to go over or under?
Oh.
I'll go under November 1st.
All right, I'll go over just to be contrary.
What do you want to bet?
Well, hold on, I want to get in this action. Butler, you want in on this? I'm going dead.
Oh, you're going
dead?
No,
you're suicide?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. It doesn't matter whether your parents are hiding you or not. I think that maybe there's a smidge good in there and guilt and mental illness, and I think it's going to go the easy way.
Nah, I think he's a narcissist. I don't think he feels bad about it
You're
at
probably
all.
right, but I'm just taking this for...
You're right. Now, I mean, here's the thing. There are a good chance that he does kill himself. I mean, if you were putting a
how are you going to live
percentage,
after this? How are you going to live after this?
There's probably a 40% chance he killed himself. He kills himself, and because people get scared of going to jail and they know you're guilty. I mean,
the stigma for the rest of your life. I mean, your days of normal life are gone,
and he's not getting out of. He's not going to be found not guilty.
It's the thing that
there's no way.
It's the thing that in my brain I can't wrap.
Well, right now he's not even charged with murder, so.
Yeah,
Right.
but there would be too much. I mean, they're not saying all the evidence, or they even like how the homicide happened. I didn't
Nope,
see any
they
of
haven't
that.
said any of that.
So I imagine once they catch him, all that stuff will be revealed, right?
I feel like, and it's the part of these type of stories that is like eerie to me, as I try to put myself in that person's shoes, and the guilt and the feeling of having that scarlet letter on you for the rest of your life. You know, like the big one that first got me thinking about these type of things was like Casey Anthony, like, because she was so young, right, when this thing happened. So then you think, okay, you go through this whole thing, and yes, you are like, you're not going to jail. You know, we all know what happened, or at least we think we put the pieces together enough to know sort of what happened.
Yeah.
But the law doesn't work that way.
Right.
You know, sometimes
Innocent
things...
until proven guilty.
Sometimes things happen.
Yeah,
You know, that's
not
just...
enough evidence and whatever.
Exactly.
yeah.
So she goes free. But then I'm thinking, your life is still over because you're never getting back to normal. That you can never achieve that again.
No.
You're never going back to ground zero. You're never going back to fun. You're never...
Not gonna go. It's not gonna be the same.
At
that's
least
for
not
sure.
for me.
Could you go-
Like, I couldn't do that. It takes a special person to put that all behind you and then start living
Casey
for fun.
Anthony's been doing her thing.
I know, but I'm just saying I can't do that. That's the thing I can't put my brain around because I'm not that type of person.
Right.
Like, I'd be like, well, this is it for me.
And now I feel
I'm
like
not saying I'd kill myself, but I'm just saying, what else would I do?
because the internet, you can't even like go to a different country because
No.
the internet's always there, and someone
And those detectives they get off on it now, and now people are it's also the pendulum of internet detective is starting to swing a little heavy in the fact that internet detectives are starting to like really screw with people like too hard, like doxing them and stuff.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
like, yeah, you can't be doing that either.
That's vigilante justice,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah.
internet vigilante justice exists.
Sometimes that goes wrong too, though.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Or they pin something on the wrong
they
person,
shouldn't
and that
be
person ends
Yeah.
up killing themselves or gets killed by somebody.
If you're gonna do that, you get your information, and then just like any other, like,
report it to authorities.
Yeah, you don't approach the person. You release it to the correct people.
Because, like, yeah, you can go and hide in the woods for a while, but it's going to be winter soon. What woods is? I don't even know much about that.
Nobody knows. I mean, his
Okay.
parents claimed that he was at some like state park that was close to their home, but who knows?
Right.
They could be
Is
lying.
that in Florida?
Yes.
Okay. I guess you had out in the woods of Florida for a while, but there's so many hikers and so many people. Someone's going to stumble upon you, right?
It's gonna be what's gonna happen is eventually. I think this would be my guess. I would think that they'd sit on things as long as they can. They're gonna dig up something that links them to him, right? In that, like, look, come on, there's some big time collusion and hiding going on here.
As far as the parents.
Yeah, and then they're gonna start pulling records, and they're gonna start pulling phones and pulling. Right? Isn't that what you do?
I'm sure they've already-
they go,
Well, you gotta have warrants for all that.
But that takes time.
Yeah.
And they'll get that. That's what I think will happen.
There's a warrant out for him now just for illegal activity with a debit card. That's it.
But, like, they stumble upon...
He's not wanted for murder.
Like, people stumble upon dead bodies in the woods, and that's a dead body, they partially buried. You know what I'm saying? Like, someone's going to stumble upon a dude hiding in the woods in a national park.
We don't know that he's in the woods. We don't know where he's at.
Well, I mean...
he could have gone to another country by now.
You'd have to, nowadays, especially COVID, there's a thing about international travel. Like, you got to go through some protocol. Like, a lot of times you got to take tests.
I would
and,
think this would be a harder time for him to hide, but I don't know anything about it. The chat room.
He ain't getting out of the country unless you go to Mexico or Canada, and then it's hard to get into Canada and not have to show documentation. Mexico, you can get in.
Some people think he's in the Bahamas. Some people think he's in Cuba.
Bahamas are small, dude. Like,
I know.
Someone in the Bahamas would recognize him, or they all have the internet. They follow the story. Everybody follows the story on the internet, or at least someone
Is there
within
a
the vicinity.
reward for him?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Isn't that usually when it pops off?
Yeah.
Is that 150 grand?
Is there
or
150 grand? Yeah.
It's like 170.
So
I think.
I'm with you. I think if there's
Someone-
150
yeah,
G's
you're
on
not
it,
hiding,
it's
man.
only a matter of time
Yeah, yeah.
before we are going to find
All right,
you.
I say later than November.
Okay, yeah. What?
I like
Okay,
that.
well,
I'm
we
saying
can make it
suicide, but the chat room thinks we're all stupid.
But I also
Chat
question.
room thinks Dog the Bounty Hunter is going to find him.
No, that's the smallest odds.
Yeah.
What if the chat room gets it right? What are you going to do for him?
Okay, well,
Puppet show.
I will do a 1 hour puppet show for the chat room with Dog the
1
Bounty Hunter.
hour?
Yeah, 1 hour.
Woo.
Yeah. Oh, but hold on.
I will do a 1 hour scripted improv puppet show for the chat room.
If they get that right.
If Dog finds him.
If Dog doesn't find them, everybody in the chat room has to donate $5 to us. And
That's fair.
And diamonds.
That's fair. $5
And I will wait.
worth of purple diamonds, and we'll sit here till you do it. It's like
And then we'll call you out
yeah.
and kick that person out. Tactical I didn't donate.
It's like Maisie eating her peas. I'm like, I will sit here all night if you don't eat those goddamn peas.
Yeah, we'll sit here until everybody donates $5. Okay, so Samantha's got getting caught over November 1st. I got under November 1st.
I got
Daniel got suicide. Chat
Butler.
room's got Dog the
What's
Bounty
Butler
Hunter.
got?
What do you got, Butler?
Butler, get in here.
Can I go after the new year?
No.
After the new
After
year?
the new year?
So 2022?
Go get on a microphone.
Well, technically,
We're a
mine would
podcast.
still count for that, too, because it'll be past November.
So you'd have to end it at a
Plus,
date.
we need handsome boys on camera.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's just say that at least there's a 4-month
Okay, I'm
buffer.
gonna go wild card here. I'm gonna say he never gets caught.
Okay.
Ooh, never gets caught.
I like that too.
Is there anybody that everybody's been looking for that's never been caught?
Yes, I'll have to pull up the guy's name.
Now, we
but
do-
he killed his whole family.
We do have, and I can only go by what he says with his screen name in the Twitch chat room, but we do have an ex-con in there, BDM ex-con, that's his screen name. And he says, like I said earlier, at some point he will realize he's perpetually on the run, so he will call the guy that's going to let him smoke on the way to jail rather than a cop or an FBI agent. So he will call Dog.
No,
Cops and FBI agents will let you smoke, too, by the way.
I like the
Not
theory.
mine. When I got popped, they wouldn't let me smoke.
No?
No.
But
and mine was just racketeering.
But he doesn't have
That's
a
not even like, I'm not hurting anybody.
Obviously, he
Well,
left his
just
cell
money,
phone
yeah.
and everything
Yeah,
behind.
his cell phone, his wallet.
So to even make a call, you'd have to do the old school payphone, which who the hell
Or
knows?
track phone.
Yeah.
You get a burner phone.
And I feel like just buying one of those, someone's gonna recognize you, or
I think his parents already did that for him before he took off.
gave him a
Yeah. They got
the doc kit,
All right,
yeah.
That could be
man.
good.
You better take notes.
We
You
gotta
better
get
call-
going, though, so you gotta...
Oh, yeah, we gotta go.
All right.
Wait, you didn't give the bike.
All right.
That's
Sorry,
just all
the
right.
prov freaked him out. The prov freaked him
I just said all right. Then we're gonna go.
All right. We gotta go.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. Let's do some more voicemail. What do we got?
Voicemail 1.
Hey guys, I'm listening to the BDM show and you're talking about rental cars and what a crappy process it is and why can't there be some automated way to do it. I will let you know, about a year ago I switched to using Hertz because they have, as part of their free membership, so you don't have to do like points or anything, but the free membership allows you to just skip the whole counter. You go, you pick out whichever car you want that's in the class of membership that you booked. So, you can get a sedan or SUV or whatever. You pick out whichever one you want. Keys are already in the car. You just go through the little booth as you drive out. They check your license. They print out your paperwork, and you're all done. It's the easiest and the best. That is all.
Yeah, but you still have to have a membership, and for the people that only rent a car once a year, it's not, that effective or money wise for you to have a membership.
I
if
mean,
you
I rent
a
a car about once a year, once every 2 years.
So that's So for people like Daniel or like even, I guess
people are saying it's 100% free to join, but I see what you're saying is like, why would I join it if I don't
rent a car that
But
often?
they're saying their counterpoint to that is
just join it.
Okay,
Yeah.
and my counterpoint to you would be, this is the type of stuff that my wife does to make our life easier. Even if we're only doing it one time, like for instance, when we're going through, we don't fly a ton, but when we do, she got us global entry, so it's easier. But we don't necessarily need that, right? I mean, you don't need that, but it does make it a little bit easier if you have it.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah,
but
it's
we
good.
Fly like a couple times a year.
Yeah.
It's worth it for a couple times.
It
but
is,
like
but
once
and that's
every
her
couple
point,
years,
is that we flew, 2 times, 3 times this year, which is a decent amount. So if you have it, it makes it easier. I wouldn't think to do that if I were on my own, though, is my point. Like, I would just be like you. I'd just show up at the airport. I'm standing in line. I don't have the membership.
Well, I wonder why other rental car companies don't do this if it's so convenient. Maybe they do, and we just don't know about them or something. there's a reason why there's 58 people standing in a 2-hour line at Thrifty. I mean, they all obviously didn't know about this or whatever, didn't know an easier way.
The name,
so
though,
there's a problem.
Right? It's the name.
Well,
the name makes it sound like you're going to save $1, right?
Well, they're all $1.
I don't like that $1 budget Thrifty. Like they should
Yeah.
make one that's just like cars.
We
You
rented
know?
from Fox, which was real bad. Like it was,
Wait, I think
it was
is
in
that
a
the
warehouse.
one I rented from too?
I don't know. But me and Crystal, like, we showed up at like Fox. I've never heard of this, and then it was in a warehouse, and I was like, "This is odd," but it was fine. But that's the only one.
What kind of car?
Some,
Forerunner.
yeah,
something like that.
Smoked in.
Let's try this one.
Tom and Dan and Sam and Trav. Hey guys, it's Kenny. I'm a bit drunk right now and I'm feeling it, so I thought I'd share this with you. But
Kenny, you're driving.
Maybe he's Ubering.
I could tell between driving and Ubering.
I think
he's
I
talking too loud
I
and
mean-
enthusiastic. He's not by him. Like, if
But he's drunk.
He's by
Drunk
himself.
people talk loud.
Yeah,
In the back of an Uber?
Yeah, it depends who you're riding with.
No, but it doesn't sound like. Hold on, it doesn't sound like he has a mask on, and you'd have to have a mask on in the back of an
you
Uber.
would. If you're
All
in
right,
your own
let's
car.
assess this call. Let's assess.
Tom and Dan and Sam and Trav. Hey guys, it's Kenny. I'm a bit drunk right now and I'm feeling it, so I thought I'd share this with you. But I got.
Oh my God! I was like, Eminem. That's the last thing we hear.
Oh my God! I'm like,
Delete that one.
Cancel his bet. I'll keep going here.
Foam topper on my bed, and it's great. My body sinks in, and I'm feeling it, so I thought I'd share this with you. But I got a memory foam topper on my bed, and it's great. My body sinks in, and it just encapsulates me, and it's so great. So in the middle of the night, like when I have a full raging bonaire, and I'm not able to get it taken care of, what I'll end up doing is I'll turn over and I'll sleep on my stomach so that my boner ends up like pushing into that memory foam, and it's like a nice hug down there, and it just feels really good, and I end up falling back asleep with just like this soft cushion around my penis, and it's fantastic. All right guys, I love you. Bye.
We learned a lot about Kenny today.
Yeah, drinking and driving.
Yeah. Eddie.
Humping his bed, humping his mattress.
He's a DUI sexual deviant.
Are we canceling his bit now?
No, we never.
No.
Yeah,
Don't
once you-
cancel anything.
Yeah,
Just cancel them on social media.
We're like the government. Once you get the job,
Yeah, you're there
in
forever.
life.
It's really hard to get your bit canceled. I
you'd
gotta
have to
get a
do-
warrant.
Yeah, you'd have to do something like super horrible,
Yeah.
or like kill someone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's real hard to get you fired. You got tenure.
Yeah, you
You
do
know.
have tenure, unfortunately. It's really hard for us to get him off the bench.
So the memory foam topper, that's for poor people, right?
When he was talking about it, I was thinking about getting one.
Memory foam.
So yes.
I'm not a fan. You mean the egg crate?
That's what I'm thinking of.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but that's not memory foam. Memory foam is the foam that you can put your hand in and it leaves a depression, and then
Yeah.
it slowly comes back.
But if you're Florida white trash, you call
You have the-
all foam or foam memory foam.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just like it's the same.
But
Even-
it's really just a rollout, and it's usually either a light blue or a PP yellow egg crate that you roll out on top of your bed.
Yeah.
And then you put the sheet over it, and you can see all the little egg crate nipples poking through.
Yeah.
And then when you lay on it, you realize you're just straight trash. You're just a trash person.
And you're like, well, this is probably 5%
And
better.
it's hot. It is hot. It's like laying in old McDonald's styrofoam, a hamburger styrofoam. That's what you're laying on.
Yeah, you're like, this is such a small percent better. It's not even worth rolling it out
No.
and putting the fitted sheet over it.
It's not. And it moves. Like you put the fitted sheet over it and the
Yeah.
thing moves sideways, so there's always one part of the bed that doesn't have the egg crate on it.
Yeah, and then one part, it goes over
Yes,
the bed.
yeah, dude, this is why we're in business
Yeah,
together.
well-
We are Florida Trash.
Yeah.
Let's start a podcast.
Yeah. It's impossible to get it totally even in the middle.
You know, we say these things. When I start talking about the egg crate topper and I start talking about it and we start talking about how that's a Florida thing, I realize why the rest of the nation looks at us the way that they do. There's certain times during the show when we say things and I'm like, that's why.
just make it like 10% bigger on all sides so water falls over every side.
No, this man's thinking.
So there's
you know what? Maybe you should have been the Mike Lindell of Egg Crate Toppers.
So you don't end up with like half your ass is on.
Butler was just talking about this.
Futon.
His I believe Butler's king size duvet is just the size of his mattress. So when it lays on top of it, it lays on top of his mattress like a little napkin. He wants it to go over the edges.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have enough blankets.
Yeah.
He was just complaining about this.
Also, I hate duvet covers because it's such a pain in the ass to get.
I hate the word duvet.
Yeah.
It's a blanket.
To stuff your comforter or whatever into the duvet cover, you got to find the ends, and then
then it's got button snaps like an old man's underwear.
And the whole top, you're like, I got to do 48 button snaps?
Yeah. And then sometimes you'll go to put the covers on, and you'll whip them, and then that button will whack you in the forehead.
Yeah.
And it hurts.
And then one night of sleeping in it, you wake up in the morning, it's all smushed down to
Into
the bottom.
the bottom.
Again, so you're like, I have to
So
whip
you're
it
just
again with the
covering
wife.
you're just covering yourself with well, then they have the fancy ones where you button the duvet to the cover so it doesn't fall down. Have you seen those?
Oh, not that fancy.
They got fancy ones that are buttoned, but Andrea won't let me buy one.
You know,
we have 2 separate microfiber blankets. We sleep like homeless people. The only difference is we have a bed, but it looks like we're under a bridge. It's just blankets laying on a bed. It's sad, man.
When we were in Colorado, Fernando's wife and his daughter, they couldn't sleep through the night. They were like he was like, I can't sleep. Like, for whatever reason, I'm waking up in the middle of the night. I'm like, and they're congested. I was like, oh, COVID. But it was the down pillows that are there, and so they have real down pillows at Crystal's dad's house.
I'm not down with down.
And Crystal had to go buy, like, she knew this a long time ago, like, it would make it, she's such allergic to down or whatever, it caused her like such bad congestion, and she couldn't, like, you'd get almost like asthma effects or whatever, and so she had to buy like just regular pillows.
I mean, that is a thing. Like down pillows, there is that's a syndrome.
What, like?
It's System of a Down.
So what, like, are down pillows still sought after? Because
for old ladies, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it old? Because
it's an old person thing. Because it's like, it came from a duck. A duck so natural. It's not polyfill.
Yeah, but apparently...
And soft as a feather is still like a saying.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know.
it's like, so far, my wife and my friend's entire family can't be near it, right?
Yeah.
So I imagine, like, in that sense...
Can they be near ducks?
Well, they're never around ducks. And maybe that's the problem. But it's like, if that small sample set tells me that a lot of people can't sleep with down pillows because
There's a lot of people that are allergic to cats, but you know what I'm saying? People have different allergies. But you can sleep on the down, right? Can your boys?
No, they can't either. They're weak
they
like
are
my wife.
P-words.
I think it messes with me too, but I just power through. Like, I'm like, fine. But there's like scientific.
I just barfed in my mouth. I apologize.
There are synthetic stuff now that's just.
I don't like them though.
It's just as soft as down.
No, I have yet to find a pillow that works for me. Man, I even got the Sleep Number pillow to go with my bed, and I don't like it. It's got a cutout for my neck, and it's like a horseshoe collar. You know, I look like Bo Jackson.
I don't like that, yeah.
And I put that, and it just... you remember he used to have that
big Bo Jackson?
big Bo Jackson cowboy collar out out of his pads. He's got like a back brace on. Yeah. And it just doesn't work. I want a pillow that feels like the one I have that's pee-pee yellow with blood all over it, but that is new.
But... Okay,
what's the best pillow other than the My Pillow from Mike Lindell?
Someone sent me like a email, and it was $100 pillow, right? And
wow,
this
fancy.
And this guy was, and a lot of his beliefs I believe in because
yeah.
No, but there was some $100 pillow that's supposed to be like it doesn't absorb any heat.
Did he have his cross on the outside of his dress shirt?
But it was like a cool pillow that doesn't absorb any heat, and it had like all the technology.
They got the technology. It's a cooling, wicking,
and it was $100. And they're like, "This, I bought this to change my life." Everybody always says that, but I'm like, and I was like,
no, they say this. They go, "You got to get this pillow right here." I tell you right now, that is a game changer. It's a game changer. It's a game changer.
But how good is it? Is it really that good?
You know what?
You got to try it out.
Sometimes when I sleep,
but
oh my God, this turd flies getting me.
There are turd flies everywhere.
Oh my God, they're the longest.
Butler, did you open the bathroom? My God, I thought I had him capsulated in there.
It's gross.
Anyway, all right, bye-bye.